If you're drinking alcohol, have a plan. Don't drink.
The Long Island Ducks and the South PWI program of Suffolk County hope you enjoy tonight's ball game. I want to remind you to have a plan to get home safely. If you've been drinking, don't drive. By all means, get a ride. Now, baseball fans, on this beautiful Friday night, let's turn the proceedings over. Right there at the pitcher's mound, here is the Long Island Ducks on Fieldos. Here's Victoria Calderon with the baseball fans on this beautiful Friday night.
This is Long Island Ducks baseball.
Right there at the pitcher's mound.
Davies at the plate, the winning run at third. Not going nuts.
Here's Victoria Calderon.
Bouncing ball left side, off the mitt, up third baseman Brad Strauss. Here comes Willie Rodriguez. Justin Davies has done it again. The Ducks are one quack away from the championship. Jason Johnson makes the catch. He makes the catch, and the Long Island Ducks have swept the championship.
This is Long Island Ducks baseball.
Champions.
Lions bunts up the third baseline. Esquivel charging in. They're not going to have a play. And the Ducks are the champions of the Atlantic League here in 2012. Going back is Adam Bailey. He settles under it. He makes the catch. Adam Bailey makes the catch. And for a second straight year, the Atlantic League trophy will reside on Long Island. The Ducks are the Atlantic League champions.
And now it's time for the Long Island Ducks North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital pregame show.
We are live here at Bethpage Ballpark in Central Islip, New York. It is time once again for Long Island Ducks baseball. And tonight, the Ferry Cup rivalry resumes as the Ducks and the Bridgeport Bluefish begin a 4-game series continuing the annual Ferry Cup series between the two crosstown rivals. Well, good evening, everybody. My name is Michael Pollack. I'll be bringing you the play-by-play for all of tonight's action. Thank you so much for tuning in wherever you are listening on this Friday evening, whether it be on the Ducks flagship radio station, 103.9 FM LI News Radio, or online via the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball. Well, the Ducks enter this series coming off of a tough series loss to the Somerset Patriots earlier in the week. They lost 2 of 3 games to the Pats, including a 7-3 decision last night in the rubber game of the 3-game series. And so the Ducks are now 8-12 in the second half of the season, 5.5 games behind the Patriots for first place in the Liberty Division standings. However, because Somerset is in first place, if they end up winning the second half, then a wild card scenario would come into play. The Ducks with a 54-36 record overall this season would be the team that gets into the postseason via the wild card spot. The Bridgeport Bluefish have been a bit of a surprise here at the beginning of the second half of the season. They are 13-7, just a half game behind those Patriots for first place in the Liberty Division standings. However, they are coming in off of a series sweep in Lancaster against the Barnstormers, who hold first place in the Freedom Division at 13-7. Bridgeport and Lancaster both markedly improving in the second half of the season from the numbers they put up in the first half. Bridgeport overall this season is 39-51 after a 26-44 first half when they finished last in the Liberty Division. The Barnstormers 28-42. They finished third in the Freedom Division, 14 games in back of first place. So both of those two teams have improved, and tonight the Ducks will be hoping for a win over the Bluefish and a win for the Barnstormers over the Somerset Patriots in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Again, the Ducks fell last night 7-3. The story was the struggles of Darren Downs on the mound. He allowed 6 runs in 4 innings of work on 7 hits and 2 walks while striking out 5. Ducks had taken the early 1-0 lead in the first inning on an RBI single from Randy Ruiz, an RBI groundout, from Delta Cleary Jr. However, the Patriots answered back for 3 runs in the third inning, 3 more in the fourth, and 1 in the fifth to jump out to a 7-1 lead. The Ducks scored single runs in the seventh on a wild pitch that scored Cleary Jr. and an RBI single in the ninth from Randy Ruiz, but John Hutton retired Cody Puckett to end the game, and the Patriots came away with the 7-3 win. Kyler Newby the win in relief of R.J. Seidel, the winner, and the loser was Darren Downs for the Ducks, who fell to 0-3 on the season. We'll take a break here on the pregame show. When we come back, I am joined by one of the newest Ducks, but not new to Long Island. That is Lentini, who just recently returned for his second season with the Flock and is off to a hot start, 7 hits in his first 14 at-bats. We'll be right back here on the pregame show.
Hey fans, this is Kevin Byers, manager of the Long Island Ducks, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 103.9 LI News Radio.
North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital in Bayshore is the healthcare heart of our community. We provide outstanding health care right here at home with centers of excellence in cardiology, orthopedics, neurosciences, women's health services, and much more. Experience counts, and North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital has been around for nearly a century of care. For more information, please call 631-968-3000 or visit us on the web at www.nslij.com.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
Michael Pollack here with you, back on the pregame show from Bethpage Ballpark as the Ducks and the Bridgeport Bluefish get ready to do battle in the first of 4 games here tonight. Lentini back with the Ducks, signed this week after starting the year with Sonoma out in the Independent Pacific Association. And Lentini, who was a member of the Ducks all of last year, has gotten off to a great start. 7 hits in his first 14 at-bats in 3 games against the Patriots. I had the chance to catch up with Lentini before tonight's ball game. Multi-hit games. How happy are you to be back on Long Island?
It's nice to be back here. It's nice to be back, feeling professional, organized ball. And it's nice to see my family. It's just, I just feel really happy. I was coming off an interesting experience, and I feel like that experience taught me a lot and changed me as a player. And now I get to come here and I'm having more fun, and things are a lot easier since I had a lot more stress and pressure and things to worry about. And now all I have to do is worry about myself again, so it's nice.
Well, you started off the year as a player-manager with the Sonoma Stompers out in the Independent Pacific Association. Your first foray into the managing experience. You talk about the stress. How stressful was it being a manager for the team while also trying to worry about yourself as a player?
It was very stressful, but at the same time, it was nice on the player side because I didn't really have time to dwell on my at-bats or worry about, dwell on my failures as a player. Half the times I wasn't even ready for my at-bats. I'd look up and I'd be on deck because I had other stuff to think about. And in that regards, it was just really nice, and I feel like I've taken it here. I just am more relaxed and more comfortable and just not letting little things bother me. You can only control what you can control, so I feel like it just gave me a different perspective.
Did you have any situations where you were on the bases and had to make a substitution, or in the field and had to make a substitution and try and do it from the field?
Well, there was definitely some pitching changes and guys I wanted to get up, and I tried to plan things out before I went in the field, but I didn't really have a pitching coach, so that made it hard. And then it got to the point where we ended up getting walkie-talkies, so I had a walkie-talkie in center, and if something needed to go down, I'd be out there, giving the instructions. So it was interesting. I feel like I didn't get the full managerial experience because there just wasn't enough time for me to study the lineup and know who's coming up, and all because I'm in the outfield trying to also read swings and make plays. So it was interesting, but I feel like it went well. I mean, we dominated, we had fun, we made the playoffs, and it was definitely a great experience.
At this point of your career, did you feel like that was the right move for you to start getting some coaching experience and looking to do that when you finally decide to call it quits as a player?
Well, I want to coach, but I think I want to coach more on my own terms. I had been asked that, about if I'd coach an affiliated ball, and it's I have a lot of my own philosophies hitting in terms of what I teach hitting, and I wouldn't want to go in a situation where I'm not allowed to teach what I believe because it goes against organizational beliefs. So, that's kind of a tough thing for me. A lot of why I took the job, was just to be home. It was pretty cool to get to play home. I got to play in the place I played in high school, and I don't know, it was pretty cool. But it is what it was. It was nice, and now I'm back here. So.
Well, you are back here, 3,000 miles or so away from home, but this place has been like home to you with the way you hit here last year. What do you attribute most to your success with the Ducks in 2014?
I'm just good guys, a lot of fun. Like I'm a guy who likes to do a lot of work, and I like the facilities. Like there's a gym. I like that there's, a nice indoor cage to work. I can hit after the game if I want. I can hit before the game. It's always nice to be comfortable. If you're staying with family, that helps a lot too. So just a lot of things make it, comfortable and easy. And I always, I'm always trying to get better every day. So just, the facilities and everything just make it good. And I guess I like it here.
There are a few familiar faces from a year ago, but a lot of new faces as well. Has it been difficult at all in these first few days to adjust?
I was definitely surprised. There's a ton of new faces, but, it's baseball, and especially in this league, guys are older and have been around and know what it's like. So everyone, was surprised. It was just, I felt like part of the team as soon as I got in. Like, it was pretty cool. And a lot of, baseball's a small world, so even some of the guys I already knew before, played against. So, it's a pretty good clubhouse, and we're having fun. Hopefully we can take the fun in the clubhouse and start having more fun on the field.
And, of course, last year you were immersed in that Ferry Cup Series rivalry against Bridgeport. You guys won the season series last year. This year, neck and neck. Bridgeport leads 9-8 entering this 4-game weekend set. Just how crucial will this 4-game set be in terms of determining a second-half champion or which team makes the playoffs?
Well, yeah, apparently, they've been playing pretty good. And, we got to, we did have a first half, but you can't, get complacent and, not do the same thing as you did when you're having success. So, obviously, if we're neck and neck, then these are big 4 games, and we got to try and set the tone early and win the series, and then I think we go there again, right? So, this will be nice to set the tone for the the last head-to-head matchup.
Thanks so much, Phelan. Welcome back here to Long Island.
Thanks a lot. Good to be back.
That is outfielder Phelan Lentini with the Long Island Ducks, who has 3 multi-hit games and 3 games back with the Ducks. We'll take a break as the Ducks take the field. When we come back, starting lineups, first pitch of today's game between the Ducks and the Bluefish.
Hey fans, this is Bud Harrelson, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 103.9 LI News Radio.
North Shore LIJ, Southside Hospital in Bayshore, is the healthcare heart of our community. We provide outstanding healthcare right here at home with centers of excellence in cardiology, orthopedics, neurosciences, women's health services, and much more. Experience counts, and North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital has been around for nearly a century of care. For more information, please call 631-968-3000 or visit us on the web at www.nslij.com.
Few places on earth offer the charm and excitement of Fire Island. At Fire Island Ferries, located conveniently at 99 Maple Avenue in Bayshore, they offer convenient travel to Fire Island 7 days a week. Fire Island is quickly becoming a top destination for families of all ages. Experience the informal, carefree communities, the dazzling night scene, enjoy fine dining, or climb to the top of one of the tallest lighthouses in the United States. But there's only one way to get there, by calling Fire Island Ferries at 631-665-3600 today. For fare and scheduling information, please visit fireislandferries.com.
Back at Bethpage Ballpark, Ducks and the Bluefish getting ready to go tonight. Now it is time for tonight's national anthem. That is the St. Matthew's Youth Choir out of Dix Hills, New York, here on Long Island. A great rendition of tonight's national anthem. They were joined out on the field by tonight's dream teams, the St. Matthew's RC Church and Mid-Island Giants out of Bethpage. Color guards also on the field, the Seaford Wantagh Girl Scouts, as well as the Pac 57 out of Smithtown. So lots of fans out on the field in groups enjoying tonight's pregame festivities. And now it is time for tonight's game between the Ducks and the Bluefish, a pair of cross-sound rivals battling for the Ferry Cup, which right now the Bluefish lead the season series 9-8 thanks to a 3-game sweep up at the ballpark at Harbor Yard last weekend. Well, let's look at the starting lineups for tonight's game for the Bluefish, who are managed by Ricky Van Asselberg. It will be Josh Prince leading off. He is at shortstop. Former Duck Brian Nelson is at second base. He hits in the number 2 hole. The right fielder is Wellington Totel. He bats third, and in the cleanup spot, the designated hitter is John Alonzo. Batting fifth, doing the catching job, Duan Morales. The sixth hitter is the first baseman and former big leaguer Sean Burrows. Wilson Batista at third base will bat seventh. Hitting eighth, playing left field is Brandon Jones, and rounding out the order is the center fielder, and that is Ethan Chapman. They will all face Ducks right-hander and ace John Brownell, who is 7-3 with a 3.06 ERA through 16 starts this year. On the other side for the Ducks, who are managed by Kevin Baez, Phelan Lentini, our guest on the pregame show, will lead things off. He plays right field. Dan Lyons, the shortstop, batting second, and in the 3 spot is the center fielder, Delta Cleary Jr. Randy Ruiz is the designated hitter tonight. He hits in the cleanup spot. Cody Puckett at third base will bat fifth. Hitting sixth, playing left field is Brian Sabatella. John Griffin will cover first base tonight and hit seventh. Mike Blank back behind the plate doing the catching, hitting eighth, and rounding out the order is the second baseman, and that is Blake Davis. They will all face right-handed pitcher Cameron Lowe, a former major leaguer who is 3-2 with a 3.91 ERA through 7 starts this season for the Bridgeport Bluefish. Lowe faced the Ducks last Sunday and picked up a no decision, but pitched well. Just 1 run on 6 hits in 7 innings while striking out 6 in a 2-1 Bridgeport win. Brownell faced the Bluefish last Saturday night and took the loss, although he pitched very well, gave up just 3 runs, 2 earned in 7 innings of work on 8 hits and 3 walks while striking out 8, which was his second highest total of the 2015 season. So a good pitching matchup for tonight's game. Important games for both of these teams. The Bluefish, again, just a half game in back of first place in the Liberty Division standings for the second half. The Ducks currently 5.5 games in back of Somerset, and they are doing battle with Bridgeport to try and get closer and closer to first place. So big games for both squads, and this should be a fun 4-game set at Bethpage Ballpark. A weekend wraparound series between the cross-town rivals before the Ducks have a day off and then head to Texas. First pitch on the way from John Brownell in this Friday night contest is just outside. We are underway. 6:38, time of tonight's first pitch from John Brownell to Josh Prince. And the 1-0 from Brownell. There's the fastball, strike of the knees to even the count.
Temperature of tonight's ball game is 89 degrees.
89 degrees the first pitch temperature here at Bethpage Ballpark. Temperatures still seem pretty high. Humidity has gone down, though, a little bit from what it was yesterday, as the 1-1 is a curveball on the outside corner, another called strike, and the count of 1-2 on Josh Prince. Sunshine wall-to-wall up above, and clear skies as well. Not a cloud to be seen here at Bethpage Ballpark. Sun sets behind the third base stands. And the 1-2 from Brownell. Breaking ball hit on the ground to the left side. Cody Puckett to his left. Has it go off of his glove. Recovers, throws to first, not in time. And safe at first base is Josh Prince. It's going to be an error on Cody Puckett. Had that baseball and just could not keep it in his glove. It hit off the tip of the glove and carried a bit towards short. And so Prince is safe at first base on the error. And for Cody Puckett, it is his 12th of the season. Cody had to go a little bit to his left to try and field that ball, but seemed like he'd be able to and just might have lifted the glove a little bit early, and it went off the edge and fell into the dirt. So the leadoff man is on, and that will bring up former Duck Brian Nelson, who is having a great season since rejoining the Atlantic League. First pitch rocketed into center field, well hit. Delta Cleary Jr. drifts backward, but he'll make the catch. So on the first pitch, Brian Nelson flies to center. Hit the ball well, but it results in an out. Nelson had been hitting combined between Lancaster and Bridgeport .341 since rejoining the league this year. So 1 on and 1 out. And up to the plate will step the right fielder Wellington Dotel, who since Lou Ford departed for Mexico. Might have taken over the lead for Atlantic League Player of the Year. He's having a fine season for the Bluefish. An all-star this year. First pitch is on the outside corner. A fastball, strike one. Looked like the cutter from John Brownell. Dotel hitting .321 on the year. 5 home runs, 40 runs batted in. Leads the league with 30 stolen bases and 10 triples. Has a great ability to get on base, and when he does, he tends to wreak havoc on the base paths. Just excellent speed for Dotel. Wide open stance from the right side as he hits in the number 3 spot. The 0-1. This is grounded through the right side, a base hit. On his way to second is Prince. He will stop there as Lentini fires back in. So a 1-out single for Wellington Dotel the opposite way, and Bridgeport with 2 on and 1 out for the DH, John Alonzo. And there's that good hitting we were talking about from Wellington Dotel. Stays back on that pitch from Brownell and just pushes it through the right side. John Griffin playing first base, and even with his stretch to his right, no chance for him to make that play. He's also playing in with the runner at first, so had less time to try and react to that ball. If he's playing back, might have had a chance, but he has to hold on the runner. So 2 on 1 out. First pitch to Alonzo is a breaking ball downstairs for ball 1. Good speed at both bases. They have combined this year, Dotel and Prince, to steal 44 bases and have only been caught 5 times. Alonzo stands in about midway in the right-handed batter's box. Brownell from the stretch gets the sign from Mike Blank. The 1-0. Fastball missed upstairs, and Brownell in a 2-0 hole here on Alonzo, who's hitting .268 this year. He has hit 6 home runs, has driven in 45. Bridgeport, who scored the first run in all 3 games last weekend in their 3-game sweep of the Ducks, trying to get the first run here in the opening inning tonight. Brownell's 2-0 is low in the dirt on a fastball, ball 3. So Brownell behind here quickly on Alonzo. 3 balls and no strikes. Job to one. Morales waiting on deck for Bridgeport. Lights are on here at Bethpage Ballpark. Wind is blowing out to right field. A pretty moderate wind right now. Inviting for left-handed hitters. Fastball is on the inside corner for a called strike. And the count goes to 3-1 on Alonzo. So we'll see if he gets the green light again here with a count of 3-1. Prince leads from second, Dotel from first with 1 away, and out time called at home plate. James Grillo, the home plate umpire tonight. Frank Urilli is over at first, and John Grasso is around at third. Here comes the 3-1. Breaking ball hit on the ground is short. Dan Lyons fields on a couple hops. Underhand toss to second, one on the first double play. Just what the doctor ordered for John Brownell as he induces the 6-4 3-inning ending double play off the bat of John Alonzo. So in the first inning, no harm, no foul. As for the Bluefish, they get no runs on 1 hit and 1 error. They leave 1 on base, and after a half inning, it is the Bluefish nothing and the Ducks coming to bat.
Hey fans, this is right-handed pitcher John Brownell, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 1039 LI News Radio.
Beautify your patio, walkway, driveway, or pool surround with Nicoloc paving stones and walls. Nicoloc's specially formulated paver shield offers extra surface wear protection and color enhancement throughout the thickness of the paver. Paver shield guarantees that your pavers will look great for years to come. Bring home the elegance with Nicoloc. Visit the Nicoloc Design Center, Sunrise Highway, Lindenhurst, or Nicoloc.com.
Let Nicoloc pavers pave your way.
Enjoy the ultimate VIP fan experience at Bethpage Ballpark this season by taking in a Ducks game from the brand new Trout Town Fan Can. Presented by Roscoe Beer Company, the Fan Can is available for rental at all Ducks home games. It features 12 Dream Seat theater-style padded seats, beverage holders, an air-conditioned atmosphere, and an incredible view of the game. Packages are now available with food and beverage included. To reserve your Fan Can outing today, call the Ducks Group Sales Department at 631-940-3825. The Trout Town Fan Can at Bethpage Ballpark. Your VIP experience has arrived. To the bottom half of the first inning we go. It is a no-score game between the Ducks and the Bluefish. Bridgeport threatened. They got an error and a single to put 2 on in the inning, but the double play ball off of the bat of John Alonzo prevents Bridgeport from scoring, and so we go to the bottom of the first inning. And the Ducks and Municipal Credit Union have teamed up again this season to present the Walk with a Purpose promotion. Every time a Long Island Ducks batter walks, Municipal Credit Union will make a donation to the Quacker Jack Foundation. Municipal Credit Union serving members since 1916. So it'll be Phelan Lentini leading things off for the Long Island Ducks, and then he will be followed by Dan Lyons and Delta Cleary Jr. Against the tall right-hander Cameron Lowe, the former major leaguer, and the first pitch on the way to Lentini. It's a breaking ball that misses Lowe for ball 1 from Cameron Lowe. Lowe out of Scottsdale, Arizona, stands in at 6'8" on the mound, 245 pounds, an imposing pitcher. The 1-0 is inside for a ball. Lentini had 2-0. He has gotten off to a red-hot start with the Ducks. 7 hits in his first 14 at-bats, 3 straight multi-hit games for Lentini, who had 49 multi-hit contests a year ago. 2-0. And here's a fastball strike at the knees. Lentini has driven in a run, has scored 2, and has a pair of doubles. Still no stolen bases, though, for Lentini, who had 46 steals last year and 46 attempts. The 2-1. Chopped foul back behind the plate. And that'll even up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nice crowd on hand here on this Friday night. The first 1,500 received Ducks cooler bags, courtesy of Mercy Haven. It's also a foul pole Friday, so if a select Ducks player hits a home run off of one of the foul poles, fan here is going to win $50,000. Here comes the 2-2. Lowe kicks and fires. Lentini takes Lowe in the dirt, scooped out by Jobdwin Morales. And the count goes to 3 balls and 2 strikes. It is also a Pizza Hut K-Man Friday. By the way, the foul pole Friday player is the man at the plate, Phelan Lentini. So if Lentini homers off of one of the foul poles, we'll have a $50,000 winner tonight. Payoff from Lowe to Lentini. Here's the pitch, and Lentini lines this one into center field. Drifting back is Ethan Chapman. He'll make the running catch. Lentini retired for the first out in the bottom of the first inning. As we mentioned before, it's also a Pizza Hut K-Man Friday, and the K-Man tonight is Ethan Chapman of the Bridgeport Bluefish. They're 9-hitter and center fielder, so if he strikes out during the game, fans will get to redeem their game ticket here for an order of free breadsticks at one of the participating Pizza Hut locations on Long Island. And finally, it's an Air Trampoline Sports Friday, so as fans leave the ballpark tonight, they'll get a coupon for discounts at Air Trampoline Sports here on Long Island. Pretty good deal if you come to a Friday game here at Bethpage Ballpark, as Dan Lyons takes Lowe outside for ball 1. You get a chance at $50,000, you get a chance at free breadsticks, and no matter what, even if you don't get those 2, you'll get discounts at Air Trampoline Sports. The 1-0 to Lyons, breaking ball, lined into center field. Chapman stopped at first, now moves to his left and will make the catch. So 2 hard-hit balls, one by Lentini, one by Lyons, both result in outs. And with 2 down, that'll bring up Delta Cleary Jr. Well, it's been a tale of 2 starts for Cameron Lowe against the Ducks. His first start with Bridgeport was against the Ducks, and that was here at Bethpage Ballpark on June 20th. He allowed 8 runs on 10 hits, all earned in 3 1/3 innings, in a 12-6 Ducks win as part of a 4-game sweep by Long Island and Bridgeport. That was actually the last time Bridgeport was here, was that 4-game set. First pitch to Cleary Jr. is low for ball 1 on a fastball. However, last Sunday, he was dominant over 7 innings, gave up just 1 run on 6 hits, did not walk a batter, and struck out 6. Impressive for the former big league right-hander. In the 1-0, Cleary Jr. slashes this one foul just over Kevin Baez's head down the third base line. And evens the count at 1-1 on Cleary Jr., who's at 285 on the year, no homers, 23 runs batted in. No score, bottom of the first inning at a sunny Bethpage Ballpark on this Friday evening. Thank you so much for tuning in. Pitcher's mound and home plate in shadows. Most of the rest of the infield and all the outfield is still in the sun, though. And the 1-1 from Cameron Lowe on the way. Cleary Jr. swings, grounds this one to short. Gobbled up there by Josh Prince. His throw to first high, but the first baseman Burris was able to drop down and keep his foot on the bag for the out and save the error. That'll end the inning. So the Ducks go in order in the bottom half of the first inning. We have played one here at Bethpage Ballpark. No score between the Ducks and the Bluefish.
Hey fans, this is shortstop Dan Lyons, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 1039 LI News Radio.
Thinking about buying or refinancing a home? Start by attending a free MCU home buying seminar. Then speak with one of our loan specialists who will guide you through the loan process. With an affordable mortgage from Municipal Credit Union, Home Sweet Home will be a little sweeter. Call 212-238-3521 or visit nymcu.org to apply for your mortgage today. Municipal Credit Union. Strong, trusted, growing. Municipal Credit Union is an equal housing opportunity lender.
M&V Limousines is the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks. Family owned and operated, they've been in the business for over 23 years. M&V Limousines offers coach buses with Wi-Fi and restrooms, party buses, exotic limousines, and so much more. Whether you're looking for transportation for weddings, proms, corporate outings, or long-distance trips, they've got the right vehicle for you. Visit their showroom in Comac or check them out online at mvlimo.com. M&V Limousines, the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks.
The second inning at Bethpage Ballpark. No score, Ducks and the Bluefish in the opener of this four-game series. It's time for the Ducks Health Report, which is brought to you by Island Shore Physical Therapy, the official therapist of the Long Island Ducks. Two players are out on the disabled list right now for the Ducks. One is Jose Morales, who is out with a hamstring injury, and the other is Eric Komatsu. He is dealing with an elbow injury. No timetable on the return for either of those two. Otherwise, everybody healthy, available, ready to go. Bridgeport had one player out on the inactive list. That was Matt Burns, but he was activated today. So right now, nobody on their inactive list, and they do have one player on the suspended list, though. That is Scott Main. No injury related, though. Here's the catcher, Jobduan Morales, to lead things off for Bridgeport, the five-hitter, batting from the left side against the right-hander John Brownell. First pitch on the way, and the fastball just misses the outside corner for ball one. Morales hitting .241 for Bridgeport this year, 3 homers, 24 runs batted in. He was selected to play in the All-Star game. 1-0 is up and away. Ball 2 from Brownell. Bridgeport hosting the All-Star game earlier this year. The Freedom Division won it back on July the 8th. 2-0. It misses inside for ball 3 to Morales. Brownell had gotten behind 3-0 in the first inning to Alonzo before getting a called strike and then getting the double play ball. We'll see if he can battle back here. The 3-0 pitch. That is in for a strike. Good fastball from the right-hander. Brownell this year has walked only 27 batters in 108 2/3 innings entering tonight, 87 strikeouts, and has allowed 91 hits. The 3-1 pitch on the way is just off the outside edge, ball 4. So there's the first walk of the game issued by John Brownell. And Bridgeport has the leadoff man on here in the top of the second. Most that Brownell has walked in a game this year was 3. He did it his last start this past Saturday in Bridgeport and did it one other time, May 22nd. May 17th. That was in Lancaster in an 8-6 win. No more than 3 walks in any starts this year. You can hear that wind blowing through our crowd microphone here that is blowing out to right field. Here's Burrows from the left side, a dangerous hitter. First pitch is off the outside edge again. Brownell keeps trying to hit that outside corner, but not getting the calls to count 1-0. Burrows at .323 on the year, a homer, 21 runs batted in. He had been dealing with an oblique strain that kept him out for quite a bit. Swing and a miss this time, though. Good pitch there from Brownell, even the count at 1-1. Burrows, though, has been a big thorn in the Ducks' side this year. 7 games, and he is hitting .448 against the Ducks. 13 hits and 29 at-bats with 6 runs batted in. So they'll have to be careful with Burrows. A 1-1 from Brownell, and he'll take a fastball low, but below the knees. And the count goes to 2-1. Burrows will be followed by Wilson Batista, switch hitting third baseman. Burrows the lefty hitter as Jobduan Morales leads at first. 2-1 pitch. ripped on the ground at first. John Griffin has it go off his glove. He stays with it, though. Will take the out at first. But they are unable to get the double play, and Morales moves down to second. Hard ground ball there to first. Very well could have been two, because Burrows does not have the greatest speed, but Griffin maybe rushed it a little bit in trying to convert that double play. As he lifted his glove, he got a piece of it to keep it right near him at first, but didn't come up with it cleanly. So it'll go down as a 3 unassisted put out. And moving down to second base is Jobduan Morales. Runner at second, 1 out. Here is Wilson Batista to the plate. First pitch from Brownell, breaking ball on the outside corner at the knees for strike 1. Batista hitting .220 on the year, 2 home runs, 8 runs batted in. Brownell stepped off the rubber. We'll go through the signs once again. From the stretch, kicks and fires, and Batista swings and misses. Way out in front of that breaking ball. And that'll run the count to 0-2. Batista has played for several teams in the Atlantic League. He's played with Camden, Bridgeport, obviously. He's played with York. He's played with Lancaster. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Another off-speed pitch from Brownell. Got him to chase down in the zone. First strikeout of the night for the Ducks right-hander, and that's the second out of the second inning.
Right along the left field line in section 213.
So, with 2 down and the runner still at second base, we'll see if Brownell can wiggle out of another mini jam. Here is the left fielder, Brandon Jones, who is playing for his 3rd Atlantic League team this year. He's played with York and Lancaster as well, now a member of the Bridgeport Bluefish. Hits from the left side. And the first pitch on the way from Brownell is a curveball down in the dirt, blocked there nicely by Mike Blank, and the count goes to 1-0. Jones combined is hitting .243 on the year, 5 home runs, 27 runs batted in. Chopper here to the right side. This one will curve foul, though. And Griffin will flip it to a fan in the front row, past the Camerwell on the first base side. And the count even up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Jobduan Morales, the runner at second base. He walked to open the inning. A ground out and a strikeout have followed. Fastball catches the inside corner from Brownell for strike 2, so he is now ahead with a count of 1 ball and 2 strikes. And Brownell 1 strike away from getting through the second inning. No score between the Ducks and the Bluefish. The 1-2 to Jones is a curveball low and inside. Kicks away from Mike Blank. And Jobduan Morales will move to third on the wild pitch. Tough one there for Mike Blank, as the curveball just came way down and inside and had trouble trying to go and block it. So the count is 2-2 with the runner at third base and 2 down now on Jobduan Morales. First wild pitch of the game for Brownell. 2-2 to Brandon Jones. Fastball lifted in the air towards center, but Dan Lyons, the shortstop, plays it behind second for the out. And that will end the inning. So the soft line drive by Jones is the 3rd out of the inning. Brownell wiggles around the leadoff walk. 1 runner left on base. And after an inning and a half, it is the Ducks and the Bluefish scoreless at Bethpage Ballpark.
Hey fans, this is closing pitcher Ryan Cushmall, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic and weather, 103.9 LI News Radio.
The results are in. Thousands of PSEG Long Island customers participated in our energy efficiency programs, saving nearly $35 million. Being energy efficient helps our environment too. Together, we've eliminated 21,000 cars worth of emissions in 2014. Thank you, Long Island. We're all making a difference. Discover how we're improving every day to bring you better service at www.pseglyny.com/efficiency.
Have your birthday at the ballpark this season and celebrate with the flock. Kona Ice birthday party packages with the Long Island Ducks are now available. Each package includes 10 box seats, a commemorative birthday t-shirt and autographed baseball, a pizza and Kona Ice party in the Hebrew National Picnic area, and so much more. Best of all, the birthday child will stand on the dugout while the entire crowd sings happy birthday. Reserve your party today by calling the group sales department at 631-940-3825. Kona Ice birthday parties with the Long Island Ducks, a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Bottom half of the second inning, it is the Long Island Ducks and the Bridgeport Bluefish scoreless. The first kids clinic session has begun here at Bethpage Ballpark this week. Tomorrow will actually be the final day of the kids clinics. But there is one more clinic session that is still to be had here at Bethpage Ballpark, August 13th, 14th, and 15th. Yes, it's 3 days now this year. Space is still available for clinic session number 2. You could sign up now by visiting liducks.com, downloading the registration form online, or you can also call 631-940-3825, extension 102 to sign up. Randy Ruiz will lead things off for the Ducks in the bottom of the second inning of a scoreless game, and he takes low from Cameron Lowe for ball 1. Ruiz, the cleanup hitter in DH at .333 on the year, 7 homers, 33 runs batted in. Here's the 1-0. Lowe kicks and fires, and Ruiz takes a fastball at the knees over the inside corner for strike 1. From the windup, Lowe kicks, fires to the plate. Ruiz swings, chops one to the left side. The shortstop Prince on the run, fields the off-balance throw to first, again off target, but Burrows is able to recover and step on the bag for the out. And Ruiz retired for out number 1. 4 straight retired by Lowe to open up the game. And that will bring up Cody Puckett. Cameron Lowe, 322 Major League games under his belt, has a 4.49 ERA, career in the big leagues, 357 strikeouts in 569 innings of work. First pitch to Cody Puckett is a fastball low for ball 1. Spent time from 04 to 08 with the Texas Rangers, 10 to 12 with the Brewers, and then with the Mariners, Cubs, and Braves in 2013. A 1-0, and Puckett swings and misses. Fastball down low. He foul tipped it into the glove of the catcher, Jobduan Morales. And that'll leave it up the count at 1-1 on Puckett. .272 hitter this year, 6 homers, 31 runs batted in. Righty-righty matchup, and the 1-1 pitch on the way from Lowe is taken downstairs for ball 2. Another fastball from the right-hander. Lowe has been unbeaten in his last 4 starts, 3 wins, and then the no decision on Sunday. And combined in those 4 starts, he has allowed just 3 runs total. 2-1, curveball on the outside corner for the called strike. His first 3 starts he struggled. He allowed 8 runs, 6 runs, and 5 runs in his first 3 starts respectively. Since then, 0, 0, 2, and 1 in the run column. Pretty impressive turnaround for Cameron Lowe. And now steps off the rubber as he was getting ready to deal the 2-2 to Cody Puckett. Winds and fires, and the 2-2 is swung and popped in the air foul first base side. Burrows chasing towards the stands, but this will be well back into the seats. Now we will do it once again at 2-2. And the Bluefish trying to bounce back. They have struggled on the road this year, just 16-29 away from the ballpark at Harbor Yard, and they are coming off of a 3-game sweep at the hands of the red-hot Lancaster Barnstormers. At Clipper Magazine Stadium, Lancaster's won 7 consecutive games. They're 8-2 in their last 10. And the 2-2 curveball just missed the outside corner at the knees for ball 3. So the count is full at 3-2 on Cody Puckett, with Brian Sabatello waiting in the on-deck circle. Ducks still looking for their first base runner of the night. The payoff pitch from Cameron Lowe, and Puckett swings, pops this one up on the infield, right near the mound. The shortstop, Josh Prince, Now in a race with Brian Nelson, and it is Prince who ends up making the catch. They nearly collided there near second base, but Prince seemed to have a beat on it and crossed in front of Brian Nelson to make the catch. So Puckett retired for the second out of the inning, and that will leave it up to Brian Sabatello. 5 seconds, station identification here on LI News Radio. Bases empty, 2 down here in the bottom of the second inning. No score between the Ducks and the Bluefish. First pitch on the way from low to Sabatello is a fastball for a called strike over the inside corner. Sabatello, the 6-hitter and left fielder, at .290 on the year, a home run and 33 runs batted in. He has scored 59 runs. 0-1 pitch on the way. Breaking ball misses low and outside. Bounced into the chalk of the batter's box for left-handed hitters. The count even at 1-1. Righty-righty matchup with 2 down and the bases empty here in the second inning. Low winds and fires. And this is grounded towards first. Bobbled there by Burrows. Recovers, flips to the pitcher low. Covering it is in time for the out. Good recovery by Burrows after the initial bobble. And Sabatello retired for the final out of another 1-2-3 inning for Cameron Lowe. 2 completed Bethpage Ballpark on this Friday night. The Ducks and the Bluefish remain scoreless.
Hey fans, this is first baseman John Griffin, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 1039 LI News Radio.
James Simmons is going back. He is looking up, and on the park night, that one is gone and reaches a kennel in Central Islip.
That was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. So every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
Ducks fans discover the difference at Huntington Honda and find Long Island's all-star lineup of over 1,200 new Hondas. Huntington Honda steps up to the plate to treat every customer with no pressure, respect, and Grand Slam service after the sale. Discover the difference in a winning buying experience at HuntingtonHondaCars.com. First pitch from John Brownell to Ethan Chapman is a breaking ball up high. And you can also visit Huntington Honda on Jericho Turnpike just east of Route 110. Ethan Chapman, the center fielder and 9-hitter, leading things off for Bridgeport in a scoreless game. Top half of the third inning. And here Chapman takes a fastball strike over the inside corner. The count is 1-1. Chapman is the Pizza Hut K-Man tonight, so Ducks fans here tonight hoping that he will strike out during the course of the game to give them a chance to win some free breadsticks from Pizza Hut. 1-1. Curveball is grounded foul, first base side. And so just like that, Ethan Chapman has 2 strikes on him, and one more will give the fans some free breadsticks. Chapman at .261, 12 hits and 46 at-bats, no homers, 2 runs batted in. 1-2 from Brownell on the way is a breaking ball downstairs. He would not chase. And leaving up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes on Chapman. He'll be followed by Josh Prince and Bryant Nelson. Brownell gets the sign, winds and fires. The 2-2 pitch is on the outside corner, a called strike 3. And as you hear, the Pizza Hut K-Man has struck out. Second strikeout for John Brownell. And so just like that, everybody here at the ballpark tonight can redeem their game ticket for an order of free breadsticks at a participating Pizza Hut location here on Long Island. So it only took 1 at bat for the K-Man to strike out. Good start to the Friday night for Ducks fans. And now all they need is Phelan Lentini to hit a home run off the foul pole, one of the foul poles, to really have everything go their way tonight. And, of course, they would like a Ducks win. First pitch misses up high, ball one to Josh Prince, who reached on an error by Cody Puckett in his first trip to the plate to lead off the game. Brownell winds and fires. The 1-0 is on the outside corner for a called strike to even up the count. Brownell has had some mixed results against Bridgeport this season. He has made 5 starts against the Bluefish, 3-2 record, a 3.94 ERA, 24 strikeouts in 32 innings to 8 walks against Bridgeport. The 1-1 ripped towards the third base line. It is a foul ball. Third base umpire John Grasso made the call. He was standing right on the line, right at the edge of the infield dirt and the outfield grass, and made that call pretty quickly. Ricky Van Asselberg, the manager, in the dugout, and John Harris, the hitting coach, is coaching over at third base. They both looked in the direction of the third base umpire, but no argument from either one. So nearly an extra base hit for Josh Prince. Instead, it's a foul ball. And now the 1-2 from John Brownell is just inside on a fastball. That'll even the count at 2-2. Brownell threw a complete game shutout victory in Lancaster on July 15th. Since then has taken a no decision and a loss in his 2 starts. And here he gets a called strike 3 on a breaking ball over the outside corner. I think Prince did not agree with it. But Brownell with back-to-back strikeouts to open up the 3rd inning, and he now has 3 for the ball game. So 2 down, the base is empty. Here is the second baseman, Brian Nelson.
Number 6.
And boy, has Nelson been quite the surprise for the Bluefish. Since joining Bridgeport, he is hitting .384 in 20 games entering tonight with a home run and 7 RBIs, .341 total in 35 games this year between the Barnstormers and the Bluefish. And here he lines one towards second, but it's fielded on a hop by Blake Davis. He'll throw to first in time for the out. And a very efficient 1-2-3 inning for John Brownell as he retires Bridgeport in order. 2.5 through here at Bethpage Ballpark. Still no score between the Ducks and the Bluefish.
Hey fans, this is outfielder Brian Sabatella, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 103.9 LI News Radio.
Spring into a new Honda at Huntington Honda and pay $59 a month for a new 2015 Honda Civic LX sedan. $59. So spring into Huntington Honda on Jericho Turnpike just east of Route 110 or HuntingtonHondaCars.com.
Huntington Honda, discover the difference.
Auto 24-month lease, total due at inception. Civic $31.90 includes bank fee, first month's payment, no security deposit. Taxes, DMV, title fees extra with excellent credit through HFS.
Baseball fans, the Long Island Ducks mobile app has officially arrived. Powered by Clear Vision Apps, it's your one-stop shop for all things Ducks baseball. Buy tickets straight from your mobile device. Receive game status updates with push notifications. Check out up-to-the-minute news and scores and interact with the Ducks on social media. Best of all, it's free. Download the Ducks mobile app today by visiting the App Store on your Apple-powered device or Google Play on your Android-powered device. The Long Island Ducks mobile app, with you wherever you flock to. Well, Ducks fans, when Brian Nelson grounded out to second base to end the top half of the 3rd inning, that was out number 15 of tonight's ball game. Did you know that a 15-minute phone call to Geico could save you 15% or more on your car insurance? Get a free quote today. Call 1-800-947-AUTO. That's 1-800-947-AUTO, or visit geico.com. Good pitchers duel in the early going here between John Brownell and Cameron Lowe. No score, just 1 hit combined between the two teams through the first 2.5 innings. And it'll be the bottom 3 in the order for the Ducks here in inning number 3. John Griffin, Mike Blank, and Blake Davis to come to the plate. Cameron Lowe, the right-hander, ready to go on the hill. And his first pitch on the way is a fastball over the inside corner for strike 1. Griffin on the season hitting .235 for the Ducks. He has 12 homers, 54 runs batted in. The 0-1, swinging a foul tip into the glove of the catcher, Jabduan Morales. And Griffin quickly behind here, 0-2. Lowe has done a good job mixing up his fastball and his breaking ball so far to this point. And the 0-2 is a curveball that misses low and outside again. The count is now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Lowe gets the sign, kick steals to the plate, and this is popped in the air foul. First base side out of play. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes on John Griffin. Infield playing straight away. Lowe gets the sign from Morales, and now the 1-2. Curveball grounded to the left side in the hole. That's going to sneak through a base hit. So there's the first base runner of the night for the Ducks as John Griffin delivers the seeing eye single through the left side of the infield. And the Ducks first baseman is on at first with nobody out.
The catcher, number 9, Mike Blank, number 9.
So here is Mike Blank to the plate. Blank will bat from the right side. Low from the stretch for the first time in tonight's game. And the pitch on the way is a fastball that misses low in the dirt for a ball. And the count goes to 1-0. Blank on the season at .297, 5 home runs, 22 runs batted in. Looks for the sign, comes set. Griffin leads at first. And the 1-0. Fastball again is down in the dirt. And Mike Blank with a good hitter's count as he is ahead 2 balls and no strikes. Lowe dangles the ball behind his back. Now comes set on the rubber. 2-0 pitch on the way. Blank takes a fastball. That is in for a called strike. And the count quickly 2-1 now on Mike Blank. Seemed to be taking all the way there. Despite having that 2-ball, 1 strike, 2-ball, no strike count before that pitch. Now the 2-1 from Lowe. Griffin bluffs and Blank takes low. Another fastball from the former big leaguer. It's down 3-1 on Blank. The Ducks trying to get the first 2 on to start this inning before Blake Davis comes to the plate. Three balls, 1 strike here on Mike Blank. The kick and the pitch on the way is swung at a line into right field on the run. Dotelhoff to stop and play it on a hop. A base hit for Mike Blank. Back-to-back singles to open things up for the Ducks in the 3rd inning. And Long Island with runners at first and second with nobody out for the second baseman, Blake Davis.
Hitting in the right position for the Long Island Ducks, the second baseman, number 11, Blake Davis, number 11.
Well, what do you do here if you are Kevin Baez? Do you let Blake Davis swing away, or do you put the bunt sign on here? No score in the 3rd inning, still very early in the game. But Lowe obviously had the dominant start the last time that he faced the Ducks and retired the first 6 hitters he faced before this inning. So we'll see if Davis gets the bunt sign. This year, just 1 sacrifice bunt laid down by Davis. So Griffin leads at second and Blank at first. The corner infielders in on the grass. Lowe looks back to second base. The first pitch, Davis does square and bunts it up the third base line. A beauty. Barehanded by Batista. His throw to first just in time for the out. Great play by Batista to get to it and get Davis out at first, but a perfectly executed sacrifice bunt from the Ducks second baseman, and he'll get high fives as he heads back to the dugout. So his second sacrifice bunt of the year is successful. The putout went 5-3. Griffin moves to third and Blank to second. So Kevin Baez allows Davis to sacrifice. A lot of times they'll say it's on the hitters. The hitters can choose themselves whether they want to sacrifice or swing away. And Davis there moving the 2 runners over. So now 2 in scoring position with 1 out for Lentini, who flew out to center his first time up, but is 7 of his first 15 in the Ducks uniform this year. He waves the bat from the right side. The first pitch on the way from Lowe is a fastball low and inside for ball 1. Lentini last night with 2 hits. He had 3 hits here on Wednesday and 2 hits in his first game back with the Ducks on Tuesday. Time called at the plate. From the stretch, low is set now, the 1-0, and a curveball, check swing by Lentini. He was able to lay off though. Now the count, a good hitter's count now, 2 balls and no strikes. So 2 balls, no strikes. 1 out and 2 in scoring position for the Ducks in a scoreless game. Bottom of the 3rd inning, low set at the belt, and it's 2-0 to Lentini. Taken all the way, just catches a piece of the inside corner for a called strike. And the count now 2-1. Lentini taking there, he was just asking for clarification from James Grillo. The home plate umpire, exactly where the pitch was. Now the 2-1. Kicks and fires. Lentini takes again. This one just missing low and inside. The Bluefish right-hander wanted that pitch. A long look in a home plate after delivering it, but it was close. Does not get the call, though, so the count is 3-1 on Lentini. First base is open, and Dan Lyons, the shortstop and 2-hitter, waiting in the on-deck circle for the Ducks. Long Island's first threat of the game. Good hitters count here, 3-1 on Lentini. Low kicks and fires, and Lentini takes all the way. It's low for ball 4. First walk of the game allowed by Cameron Lowe. It is their first Municipal Credit Union walk with a purpose of the night. Every time a Ducks batter walks, the Quacker Jack Foundation wins. And the Ducks have the bases loaded with 1 out for the shortstop, Dan Lyons. Well, as a team this year, the Ducks have a .278 batting average with the bases loaded, and Bridgeport pitchers are allowing opponents to hit .320 with the bases loaded. They have given up just 1 grand slam, and the Ducks have just 1 grand slam. So here is Lyons to the plate from the right side with the bags full of Ducks and 1 out. First pitch, and he takes the curveball low and outside for ball 1. Cameron Lowe having trouble finding the strike zone at points here in the 3rd inning. He has thrown 41 pitches for the game, 22 for strikes. Lyons hit a rocket his first at bat to center field, but right at Ethan Chapman for the most part for an out. Griffin the runner at third base, Mike Blank the runner at second, Phelan Lentini's at first. Lentini has the best speed of the 3. Here's the 1-0, and Lyons swings this one out into left field, a base hit for Dan Lyons. Griffin will trot home from third. Everybody else will move up a base. It's an RBI single for Dan Lyons. The Ducks strike first. They lead 1-0 in the 3rd inning. Seemed like Lyons got jammed on that pitch, but fought it off enough to get it past the shortstop, Josh Prince, who made a lunging effort, but just out of his reach for Lyons' 43rd run batted in of the year. Lentini moves up to second base. And Blank moves up to third as Griffin scores on the play, his 30th run of the year. So the base is still full, still only 1 out. And up to the plate steps Delta Cleary Jr., switch hitter batting from the left side. First pitch on the way, Cleary Jr. swings, grounds one to the right side. That's going to get through a base hit. Blank will score. Lentini rounding third. Here's the throw to the plate, and it is in time for the out. Oh, they say Morales tagged Lentini, who can't believe it. And now Kevin Baez has come down a home plate to argue with James Grillo. From our vantage point, it looked like Lentini had gotten in ahead of the tag. The throw was off to the first base side of home plate. But the argument is on either way. It is an RBI single, and the Ducks lead 2-0. So, for Delta Cleary Jr., he picks up his first hit of the night, RBI number 24, as Blank scores. Lentini, though, is put out on the play, and the put out goes 9-2. And moving over to third base is Dan Lyons on the throw home. So Cleary Jr. denied a second RBI. Well, we'll have to try and look at the official replay on YouTube to see whether or not the tag beat him. But the throw again was off to the first base side. The throw to the plate got there in plenty of time from Wellington Dotel, who made a nice throw, but again it was to the first base side. So Morales had to race back to home plate, try and make the diving tag on the foot of Lentini. And James Grillo, the home plate umpire, said that the tag was made in time. So now runners at the corners with 2 out and a 2-0 Ducks lead. Here's Randy Ruiz. Lowe steps off the mound. So for Blank, his 22nd run scored of the year. And for the Ducks, 4 hits here in the inning along with a walk against Lowe. As Ruiz swings and misses. Might have foul tipped that one into the glove of Morales, and indeed he did. The count 0-1. Ruiz a ground out to short in his first trip to the plate. Ducks with 2 runs on the scoreboard, looking for more. First and third with 2 out for Ruiz. 0-1 from Lowe. Breaking ball, a check swing, but Grillo, the home plate umpire, says that he went around. So the count is 0-2 on Ruiz as Lowe is trying to get through this inning without any further trouble. From the stretch, the 0-2 runner from first goes and Ruiz lays off. No throw down to second base. So a stolen base there for Delta Cleary Jr., his 20th of the season in 24 attempts. The Ducks now with 2 speedy runners in scoring position, with 2 away for Ruiz, and it'll now be a 1-ball, 2-strike pitch coming up from Cameron Lowe. Holds the ball behind his back as he looks in for the sign, gets the pitch he likes. The 1-2 to Ruiz is a breaking ball low, nice block at home plate by Morales. And the count is now even up at 2-2. Lowe trying to get out of further trouble here. He retired the first 6 batters he faced, but has since allowed 4 hits and a walk, 2 runs in the inning. And the 2-2 pitch, breaking ball, popped up foul. First base side well out of play. We'll do it once again. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, another long look in here to home plate. And now his 2-ball, 2-strike pitch to Ruiz. The curveball again laid off by Ruiz. 4-3. Good plate discipline there from Randy Ruiz, and he has worked the count full. So it'll be a payoff pitch upcoming with 2 in scoring position and 2 away. Well, we'll step off the rubber and go through the signs again with Morales. Seems to be having a little bit of communication trouble. Here's the 3-2 to Ruiz. Swung on and foul tip. Just caught a piece of it. Another big breaking ball from Lowe. Ruiz a bit out in front. Was able to just catch enough to fight it off. So the count is full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. The runner at third again is Dan Lyons. The runner at second is Delta Cleary Jr. Both have driven in runs with RBI singles in this game, in this inning. 3-2 pitch, and Ruiz swings, grounds this one up the first base line foul. And we will do it once again. 3-2 the count still on Randy Ruiz. This is the 8th pitch of the at-bat upcoming. Kick in the pitch on the way. Ruiz swings, chops one here to short slowly. Charging in his Prince. He will field the off-balance throw to first low, but dug out nicely there by Burrows to save the error, and that will end the inning. However, the Ducks send 7 men to the plate. They get 2 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and they leave 2. We have played 3 here at Bethpage Ballpark on this Friday night. The Ducks 2 and the Bluefish nothing.
Hey fans, this is relief pitcher Bruce Kern, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 1039 LI News Radio.
Few places on earth offer the charm and excitement of Fire Island. At Fire Island Ferries, located conveniently at 99 Maple Avenue in Bay Shore, they offer convenient travel to Fire Island 7 days a week. Fire Island is quickly becoming a top destination for families of all ages. Experience the informal, carefree communities, the dazzling night scene, enjoy fine dining, or climb to the top of one of the tallest lighthouses in the United States. But there's only one way to get there, by calling Fire Island Ferries at 631-665-3600 today. For fare and scheduling information, please visit fireislandferries.com.
Hey Ducks fans, stay up to date with Long Island's hometown team by visiting Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks. Quack of the Bat will bring Ducks fans beyond the headlines with in-depth feature articles, breaking news stories, game previews, post-game wrap-ups, and so much more. Interact with the team during the entire season through quotes directly from the players and coaches, as well as exclusive video clips and photos. Check out the blog today at quackofthebat.wordpress.com. Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks. On to the 4th inning here at Bethpage Ballpark. The Ducks with a 2-0 lead over the Bridgeport Bluefish on RBI singles in the 3rd inning from Dan Lyons and Delta Cleary Jr. And as we go to the 4th, Wellington Dotel the lead off. He takes a breaking ball low and inside for ball 1 from John Brownell. By the way, we took a look in between innings on that instant replay. It looks like that Phelan Lentini had gotten his foot in on home plate before the tag was applied. It was close, but it looks as though the tag was indeed applied after Lentini's foot had slid across the plate. But either way, you can't go back and change it. So it is still a 2-0 game. And the 2-0 pitch on the way now from Brownell to Dotel is low and inside ball 3. Not a good start for Brownell as he has thrown 3 straight out of the zone to Dotel, beginning inning number 4. Dotel a single against him his first time up. Here comes the 3-0. There's a fastball strike, and the count goes to 3-1. It's also time for our 4th inning trivia, where we test your knowledge of the Long Island Ducks, the Atlantic League, and baseball as a whole. That one is a called strike over the inside corner. Dotel did not like that call. It was a breaking ball that came up and inside, and James Grillo called it a strike. So he has now drawn the ire of both sides in this game. And now the 3-2 from Brownell to Dotel. On the way, and it's lined back up the middle into center field, a base hit. 2 at-bats for Dotel, 2 hits, and the speedster on at first to start things off in the 4th inning as he continues to wreak havoc at the plate. So good job by Brownell to battle back from 3-0 to get the count full, but leaves the pitch over the plate, and Dotel lines it into center. And he will certainly have to pay attention to Dotel. Again, 30 steals in 34 attempts this year. Brownell throws over to check on him. Brownell comes set again. Dotel with a healthy lead. First pitch to John Alonso on the way is popped up foul back behind the plate. The count 0-1. So again, it is time for our 4th inning trivia, where we test your knowledge of the Long Island Ducks, the Atlantic League, and baseball as a whole. First home run that Cameron Lowe ever allowed in a Major League uniform came on May 21st in Texas when he was pitching for the Rangers. It came against his in-state rivals, the Houston Astros. The question is, which player of the Astros hit it? And we will give you a hint. He was playing shortstop for the Astros at the time. 0-1, hit on the ground to second, could be 2. A high bounce for Davis, but he stays with it, flips to short 1 on a first double play. 2 at-bats for John Alonso, and both of them have resulted in double play balls. Surprisingly, Dotel not running early in the count, and so he is doubled up at second. And Alonso at first, 2 away, with the bases empty, and up to the plate will step Jobduan Morales. So again, who hit the first big league home run off of Cameron Lowe? Again, it came on May 21st, 2005, and came at what was then known as Ameriquest Field in Arlington, Texas, the home of the Rangers, against their in-state rivals, the Houston Astros. And the hint, he played shortstop for the Astros at the time when Lowe gave up the home run to him. First pitch on the way to Jobduan Morales is low and outside, ball 1. Morales drew a walk his first plate appearance back in the second inning. Made it all the way to third on a ground out and a wild pitch, but was stranded there. And the 1-0 is on the outside corner. Good fastball from Brownell. The count even at 1-1. So Brownell's been given the early 2-0 lead. 50 pitches in this game so far for the right-hander, 30 of which have been for strikes. The 1-1, swing and a miss. Morales with a big healthy cut, but missed it, and the count is now 1-2. So Brownell looking for the minimum 3 batters that he faces here in the 4th inning after allowing the leadoff single, gets the double play, and now the 1-2 to Morales is just inside on a fastball, count 2-2. Brownell through the 1-2-3 inning last inning had retired 6 in a row before giving up the leadoff single to Dotel here in the 4th. On the ground towards the middle and in a right center field, a base hit for Morales. Missed by Lentini, the right fielder, but Cleary Jr. right there to back him up. So a 2-out base hit for Morales, who has been on base twice tonight. Blake Davis with the lefty hitter at the plate was shaded closer to first base. That ball was hit towards the center field side of where the second baseman plays. No chance for him to get to it in time. Lentini overran it trying to scoop it up in right field, but Cleary Jr. was right there to back him up. So with 2 down and a runner at first, here's Sean Burrows to the plate. First pitch, fastball hits the outside corner for strike 1 to the Bluefish first baseman. Burrows primarily plays third base for Bridgeport, but again, he had missed an extended period of time with that oblique strain. So now playing at first base tonight, the 0-1. Fastball missed upstairs for a ball. And that'll even up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Bridgeport yesterday lost 4-3 in walk-off fashion to the Barnstormers in Lancaster. Burrows played a little bit of third, a little bit of first. He was 2 for 5 in the game with a run scored. Picked up his 3rd double of the year. And here takes the ball down low. No chance for the runners to move thanks to a good block. The runner to move thanks to a good block from Mike Blank. The count goes to 2-1. So a 2-1 count here. The 2-out single from Morales has extended this 4th inning. The Ducks trying to protect a 2-0 lead. And Brownell's 2-1 to Burrows. Swung on and slashed foul to the top of the screen on the third base side of home plate. So the count now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And again, Brownell will strike away from getting through the 4th. Good crowd on hand here on this Friday night. And the 2-2 pitch on the way is swung and hit high in the air to deep right field. Phelan Lentini going back to the warning track at the wall. He jumps up and you can forget it. A 2-out, 2-strike, 2-run home run given up by John Brownell to Sean Burrows. And the Bluefish have immediately responded in the 4th. They tied the game at 2. So Brownell was 1 strike away from getting through the inning unscathed on 2 occasions. But he allows the single to Jobduan Morales and now allows the 2-run home run to Sean Burrows. And instead of the shutdown inning, we are now tied at 2 apiece. Definitely not what you want to see from your ace. And now here's Wilson Batista to the plate. First pitch misses low for ball 1. So for Sean Burrows, he continues to crush the Ducks this year. Again, came into the game hitting .448 against Long Island. It's his first home run against the Ducks this year and just his 2nd home run of the year. Batista swings and misses, the count 1-1. But now each team with 2 runs, each team with 4 hits. 1-1 from Brownell. This is on the ground foul up the first base line. And the count goes to 1-2. For John Brownell, that is the 11th home run he has given up this year, the most on the Ducks. And the 1-2 is swung on and missed, strike 3. So this time he gets the breaking ball and gets the swing and the miss for his 4th strikeout, but it comes a couple batters too late. Got to 2 outs with the bases empty, allowed the single to Morales and then the home run to Burrows. 2 runs on 3 hits in the inning for Bridgeport. No errors, they leave the bases empty. We go to the bottom of the 4th, all tied at 2.
Hey fans, this is right-handed pitcher Frank DiGiulio, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 1039 LI News Radio.
Hey, Ducks fans, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks is the Upsky Long Island Hotel in Hauppauge. It's centrally located on the north shore of Long Island and offers a home away from home for both business and leisure guests. The Upsky Long Island Hotel features an indoor pool, 24-hour business center, a fitness center, and complimentary Wi-Fi in all guest rooms. Enjoy the contemporary American cuisine at the Fountain Grill restaurant or grab a quick bite to eat at Cafe Pronto. Best of all, it's only minutes from Bethpage Ballpark. The Upsky Long Island Hotel, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks. Call 231-1100 today. That's 631-231-1100.
Family fun every time.
Beautiful evening for baseball.
Big action every time.
He reaches up, it's gone!
Great value every time.
And the Ducks have won it 7-1.
The Ducks schedule is loaded with new promotions this season. And with an average ticket price of just $10 and free parking, there is no better value on Long Island. For game times and tickets, visit liducks.com. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
We go to the bottom half of the 4th inning, now all tied at 2 apiece after the 2-run, 2-out, 2-strike home run by Sean Burrows in the top half of the 4th inning. Time for the answer to today's 4th inning trivia, where we test your knowledge of the Ducks, the Atlantic League, and baseball as a whole. Today's question in relation to Bluefish starter Cameron Lowe, who hit the first home run off of him in his big league career. We wanted to know which player it was. We told you they were a member of the Houston Astros as Cody Puckett takes a strike. The Astros playing the Rangers on May 21st, 2005 in Arlington. And if you guessed the shortstop Adam Everett, you would be correct. Everett was the man who hit that home run as Puckett lines one into right field, right at Wellington Dotello, who has to drift back a few steps and make the catch. Puckett is now 0 for 2. That is the first out. Everett hit a solo home run in the 7th inning off of Cameron Lowe in that game. Lowe had come in and gave up just that 1 run on 3 hits in his 1 inning of relief. It was part of an 18-3 Rangers win over the Astros. Former Sugarland Skeeter Jason Lane was playing with the Astros in that game. And Lane had played with the Skeeters as both an outfielder and a pitcher. And Willie Taveras, who was a member of the Skeeters, also was playing in that game for the Astros. He was their center fielder. First pitch misses low for ball 1. Of course, that was before either of those two ended up going and playing for Sugarland. 1-0, and Sabatella chops it foul at the plate to even up the count at 1-1. Sabatella ground out to first in his first trip to the plate. Lowe began the 2015 season with he wasn't pitching earlier this year professionally, then got signed by Bridgeport. The 1-1 is low for another ball. It's 2-1. Last year, spent time in 3 different organizations, the Braves, the Royals, and the Diamondbacks, and was at AAA with all 3. Combined to go 1-2 with a 7.51 ERA. 2-1, hit on the ground weakly to short. Josh Prince is there, and his throw to first is in time to retire Sabatella, who is now over 2 with 2 groundouts. So quickly 2 down, and the base is empty here in the bottom of the 4th inning for the Ducks. And that will bring up the left fielder, Brian Sabatella. And of course, you can't go back and review and say, what if, what could have happened, but that call on Phelan Lentini, who was trying to score on the RBI single to right by Delta Cleary Jr., He gets called out at home plate sliding in when it appeared that he beat the tag. That ended up being a big play as this pitch is taken for a called strike, count 0-1. Had he scored, it would have been a 3-0 game at the time, and only one out in the inning when Ruiz ended up grounding to short to end the inning. It could have been a different story there, but you never know. And ultimately, the run didn't score, nothing further scored for the Ducks, and then one 2-out, 2-strike swing by Sean Burroughs later, and we've got ourselves a tie ball game. Swing and a miss by Griffin. The count is now 0-2 on the Ducks first baseman, who singled and scored an inning ago. Singled to open up that inning. And the 0-2 from Lowe is a curveball lifted foul, first base side, up and out of play. Off the bat of John Griffin. And the count remains 0-2. Here comes the 0-2. Griffin swings, grounds one left side again. Josh Prince on the backhand fields the long throw over to first base, and it is in time for the out. Excellent play by Josh Prince. A nice scoop at first by Burroughs, and Griffin is retired on the ground out to short. So the Ducks go in order in their half of the fourth inning, and after 4 innings of play at Bethpage Ballpark, the Ducks and the Bluefish are tied up at 2 apiece.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Patrick Kreider, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 1039 LI News Radio.
Beautify your patio, walkway, driveway, or pool surround with Nicoloc paving stones and walls. Nicoloc's specially formulated paver shield offers extra surface wear protection and color enhancement throughout the thickness of the paver. Paver shield guarantees that your pavers will look great for years to come. Bring home the elegance with Nicoloc. Visit the Nicoloc Design Center, Sunrise Highway, Lindenhurst, or Nicoloc.com.
Let Nicoloc pavers pave your way.
Enjoy the ultimate VIP fan experience at Bethpage Ballpark this season by taking in a Ducks game from the brand new Trout Town Fan Can. Presented by Roscoe Beer Company, the Fan Can is available for rental at all Ducks home games. It features 12 Dream Seat theater-style padded seats, beverage holders, an air-conditioned atmosphere, and an incredible view of the game. Packages are now available with food and beverage included. To reserve your Fan Can outing today, call the Ducks Group Sales Department at 631-940-3825. The Trout Town Fan Can at Bethpage Ballpark. Your VIP experience has arrived. Fifth inning here at Bethpage Ballpark. The Ducks and the Bluefish are tied up at 2 apiece. Ducks fans, don't forget to stop by the Waddle Inn Shop on your next visit to the Duck Pond, where exclusive hard-to-find Ducks memorabilia is now on sale. Proceeds benefit the Quacker Jack Foundation, the charitable arm of the Long Island Ducks. So a tight ball game here to start things off in this Ferry Cup Series matchup between the Ducks and the Bluefish. So far, it is the Ducks 2 runs on 4 hits and no errors. The Bluefish with 2 runs on 4 hits and no errors. Ducks have 1 error, my mistake, as this first pitch is popped up on the infield by Brandon Jones. The shortstop, Dan Lyons, right near the second base bag, makes the call on the catch. So Jones retired on the first pitch. He is now lined to short and popped to short, and that is out number 1 of the 5th inning. We'll go through the out-of-town scoreboard in this inning as well and get you caught up around the Atlantic League and the major leagues. Everybody else in action tonight in the Atlantic League and in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, where the Ducks, believe it or not, are actually rooting for the Somerset Patriots. It is the Barnstormers 1 and the Patriots nothing, top of the 3rd inning. First pitch is a breaking ball low and inside for ball 1. It's really tough. Obviously, you want to win the division first and foremost, so in that sense, they're not rooting for the Patriots. But if the Ducks end up getting the opportunity to get in as a wild card, they have an 11-game lead in the wild card race as this breaking ball misses low for ball 2. So in essence, you do, in a way, you're okay if Somerset wins the second half. You don't want Bridgeport winning the second half. 2-0 to Chapman. There's a fastball strike. Either way, it is Lancaster 1, Somerset nothing, top half of the 3rd inning. Matt Zielinski starting for the Patriots, Brian Morgado for the Barnstormers. Anderson Feliz has driven in the only run of the ball game thus far. 2-1. Fastball is in at the knees. A called strike. The count 2-2 on Chapman, who struck out looking his first time up. In Camden, New Jersey, the Revolution and the River Sharks are tied up at 1. They're in the bottom half of inning number 3. Rami Lewis starting for York in the game. Sean Gleason the starter for Camden. 2-2. Breaking ball lifted in the air to right field. Fairly well hit. Drifting back Lentini, though will have plenty of room. And he'll make the catch to retire Chapman for the second out. York's RBI has come off the bat of Andres Perez, while Camden's has come off the bat of Carlos Guzman. Again, 1-1 there, bottom of the third inning. And the other game going on tonight is down in Waldorf, Maryland, where the Blue Crabs and the Skeeters are tied at 1, bottom half of inning number 3 as well. Matt Wright, the starter for Sugar Land in that one. Brian Burris, the starter for the Blue Crabs. Anton DeJesus back after missing extended time with an injury as the first pitch is in for strike 1. Has picked up an RBI for Southern Maryland. Chris Wallace has driven in the only run of the game thus far for the Skeeters. So lots of tight games to start off here tonight. 0-1 and misses outside for ball 1 to Josh Prince, who has reached on an error and struck out in his 2 at-bats. Mets in the National scoreless, top of the third inning at Citi Field on the day where the Mets acquired slugging Yoenis Cespedes. As Prince swings and misses for strike 2. The slugger, who had been playing with the Detroit Tigers, had previously played with the Red Sox and the Athletics, and who put on a clinic at the All-Star Game Home Run Derby that was held at Citi Field a couple of years back. He's now a member of the New York Mets, so an active trade deadline for the Mets. Not much at all for the Yankees, aside from the Dustin Ackley trade yesterday. 1-2, just misses inside for ball 2. So the Mets and the Nationals are scoreless in the third inning. Matt Harvey starting for the Mets. He's 9-7 on the year. Gio Gonzalez for the Nationals. He is 8-4. The Yankees will be in action in about 15 minutes or so, as this one is lined into center field on the run. Delta Cleary Jr. He'll have to play it on a couple hops. Base hit for Prince, his first hit of the night. And the 5th hit of the game for Bridgeport. They've got a 2-out base runner. And that'll bring up Brian Nelson.
Second baseman, number 6.
Yankees will play up at Chicago against the White Sox. That game will begin a little after 8 o'clock. For the Yankees, Nathan Eovaldi will start. He's 10-2. Carlos Rodon will start for the White Sox. He is 4-3. Here at Bethpage Ballpark, again, it is the Ducks and the Bluefish. Tied at 2, top of the 5th inning. 2 outs, a runner at first base. Brian Nelson now at the plate, who was 0-2 but has hit the ball hard twice. In the first pitch here is taken low and outside for ball 1. He lined to center back in the first inning and grounded out to second in the third. Former Duck, who was part of their 2012 and 2013 championship teams, also was here in 2008 and 2009. He played with multiple teams in the Atlantic League. Almost the entire league he spent at least some time with. Here he grounds one to the left side, past the diving Dan Lyons, a base hit. And again, the Bluefish striking with 2 outs against John Brownell. Brownell had been good through the first 3 innings, but last inning gave up a single and then the 2-run home run with 2 outs to Morales and Burrows, respectively. And after getting the first 2 out here in the 5th, he has now given up back-to-back base hits to Prince and Nelson. And Bridgeport with runners at first and second, with 2 down for the dangerous Wellington Dotel. Dotel bats from the right side, wide open stance at the plate. First pitch is a curveball that misses up above the letters for ball 1. The last thing you wanted to do was put Prince and Nelson on base for Dotel, who has 2 singles already off of Brownell and has been one of the most dangerous hitters in the Atlantic League this year. Brownell comes set now. Time is called at the plate. Brownell from the stretch is set, the 1-0. Breaking ball on the outside corner, a called strike. And that'll even up the count at 1-1 on Dotel. Dotel in his last 10 games hitting .325, in his last 5 games a .368 hitter. And now the 1-1, swing and a miss. Good pitch down and in, and gets him to swing through it. We'll see if Brownell can go back to that pitch and get him to swing and miss again for strike 3. Brownell looking to get through this 2-out jam in the 5th inning without surrendering a run and keeping this ball game tied at 2. Right-hander gets the sign, comes set. The runners lead from first and second. The 1-2. Dotel takes a breaking ball on the inside corner. Strike 3 called. And Brownell finds his way out of trouble. 5th strikeout of the night for the right-hander. No runs, 2 hits, but a couple left on base. And we are halfway through on this Friday night. It is the Ducks and the Bluefish all tied up at 2 apiece.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Ian Marshall, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 1039 LI News Radio.
Thinking about buying or refinancing a home? Start by attending a free MCU home buying seminar. Then speak with one of our loan specialists who will guide you through the loan process. With an affordable mortgage from Municipal Credit Union, Home Sweet Home will be a little sweeter. Call 212-238-3521 or visit nymcu.org to apply for your mortgage today. Municipal Credit Union. Strong, trusted, growing. Municipal Credit Union is an equal housing opportunity lender.
Take your group out to the ball game this season and enjoy all the fun of Ducks baseball at discounted prices with the Hebrew National Picnic Area, luxury suites, the Smokin' Owls Party Deck, the Trout Town Fan Can, and so much more. Bringing your group to the game will be an unforgettable experience. The Ducks even offer opportunities to sing the national anthem, serve as the Ridgewood Savings Bank color guard, be the Nicolak Dream Team, put on a pregame performance, or shag fly balls during Ducks batting practice. To book your outing today, call 631-940-3825 and ask for the group sales department. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
Well, we go to the bottom half of the 5th inning with the Long Island Ducks and the Bridgeport Bluefish tied up at 2 apiece. Michael Pollock here bringing you all the action. Thanks so much for tuning in on your Friday night. It's been a good one to start off. Ducks took a 2-run lead in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Bridgeport came back with 2 in the top of the 4th. And it'll be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters for the Ducks here in inning number 5. Mike Blank will start. He'll be followed by Blake Davis and then Phelan Lentini. So here is Blank to begin. He singled to right in his first at bat against Cameron Lowe here tonight. And the first pitch on the way is taken downstairs for ball 1. Lowe begins the inning with 61 pitches in the game, 37 of them for strikes. And now the 1-0 from the right-hander. Blank takes again low and outside. And that'll increase the count to 2 balls and no strikes. Lowe with the high navy blue socks on the mound. Kicks and fires, and Blank will take again low and outside. Lowe has only walked 1 batter in the game. That was Lentini, with 2 in scoring position and 1 out in the 3rd. And in danger of walking his second as the count is now 3-0. Winds and fires, Blank taking all the way. That is right down the middle for strike 1. No surprise there to see Blank taking with a count of 3-0. Now likely will be active and ready to swing away if he gets the pitch he likes at 3-1. Second baseman shaded up the middle. Here's the 3-1. Swing and a foul tip at home plate. A big hack by Blank. Only got a piece of it. Now the count full on the Ducks catcher. Blank wearing the high black socks at home plate. Lowe with the navy blue socks up high on the mound. And the 3-2 pitch on the way is swung and grounded back up the middle and into center field. A base hit. A good start to the game for Mike Blank as he has singled in each of his first 2 at-bats against Cameron Lowe. And the leadoff man on for the Ducks here in inning number 5. Only other inning in which the Ducks had the leadoff man on was in the 3rd. In fact, that was the only inning that the Ducks were not retired 1-2-3. And they ended up scoring 2 in that inning on 4 hits, so we'll see if the Ducks can get some magic going at the plate again. Here's the 9-hitter and second baseman Blake Davis. Batting from the left side, a sac bunt his first time up. We'll see if he tries to sacrifice Blank in a scoring position this time. Third baseman Batista in on the grass. The first pitch on the way does not square and swings and foul tips it at home plate. Looked like that one was fouled off of the leg or the foot of James Grillo, the home plate umpire, who seems to be all right. A little shaken up. The count is 0-1. By the way, did not get a chance to mention this earlier, but Randy Ruiz in his last at-bat in the third when he grounded out to short to end the inning, came up a bit lame after he was out at first and walked slowly off the field. So when he is next up, which may be later in this inning, maybe in the sixth, you will probably see a pinch hitter for him. We were told it is a hamstring injury for Ruiz, but nothing further than that. So have to think Steve McQuail might be the man who will replace him in the lineup. 0-1, swung on and missed by Davis. Home plate umpire James Gurley says he foul tipped it into the glove of Morales, and the count 0-2. The Ducks bench consists of Carlos Hughes, the switch hitting infielder, McQuail, and Dan Curry, who is the backup catcher. McQuail right now on the top step of the dugout. On the first base side, here comes the 0-2 to Davis. Low from the stretch, deals, and Davis swings and rockets one into right field. On the run, Dotel will have to play it on a hop. Base hit. The throw into second base, not in time. Blank gets in ahead of the throw. Had to wait up to make sure that ball was going to be dropped, or would drop in. So Blake Davis picks up a hit. Sixth hit of the ball game for the Ducks. First for Davis, and again Long Island set up. Runners at first and second, and nobody out.
Right fielder number 22, Lentini, number 22.
Well, here is Lentini, who has flown out to center and walked in his 2 trips to the plate here tonight. So 2 on, nobody out, with runners at first and second for the Ducks. Here is Lentini. See if he tries to sacrifice them in a scoring position. First pitch, he squares and bunts it up the third base line. Batista is right there. Thought about second. Now a delayed throw to first, and he just got Lentini out. It was close, but the throw barely beats Lentini. Batista thought about going to second and had to delay a bit. Finally threw to first. So the sacrifice is successful. Again, it goes 5-3. Second sacrifice bunt of the game for the Ducks. First for Lentini since rejoining the flock. And Long Island now with runners at second and third with only 1 out. And here is Dan Lyons to the plate. So Blank is at third, Davis at second. Pretty good speed for both. And here is the shortstop and 2-hitter Dan Lyons, who had an RBI single his last at bat. First pitch on the way, he swings and misses. Good breaking ball by Lowe, the count 0-1. Lyons a base hit just out of the reach of the shortstop Prince in the third inning for his 43rd RBI of the year. Infield is in all the way around for Bridgeport. The shortstop Prince close to third, so a big hole up the middle right now. Lowe's 0-1, and Lyons takes low and inside. And that'll leave him the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, we saw that Dotel has a pretty good arm out in right field when he threw out Phelan Lentini at home plate 2 innings ago. Center fielder Chapman does not have as strong of an arm. Left fielder Jones is playing shallow in left right now. The 1-1, and Lyons swings at the breaking ball, lifts it in the air to right, fairly well hit. Drifting back Dotel. Moving to his left, he'll make the catch. Tagging from third is Blank. He will come home and score. The throw in the third goes way over the head of the third baseman Batista. It 1 hops into the crowd and into score now. On the error is Blake Davis. 2 runs for the Ducks, and they lead it 4-2. So it'll go down as a sac fly, RBI, and then an E9 scores the run. And for Wellington Dotel, that is his 4th error of the year. So you give an RBI for Dan Lyons on the sac fly. He was going to score no matter what, as long as he touched home plate before an out potentially was made at third. But the throw from Wellington Dotel was so strong that it went way over the head of the third baseman, Wilson Batista. As this pitch is taken up high and outside for ball 1. That had shades of August 9th, 2004, when Will Pennyfeather's throw into third went way over the head of the third baseman for Bridgeport into the crowd and brought home Luis Rodriguez with the winning run for the Ducks to give them their first ever postseason berth up in Bridgeport against the Bluefish. Called strike to Delta Cleary Jr. The count is now 1-1. So Lyons gets 1 RBI. Davis scores on the error. And now the base is empty with 2 down. The 1-1 is lifted in the air, foul. Third base side out of play. And the count goes to 1-2. For Lyons, it is his 7th sacrifice fly of the year. He's now driven in 2 in the ballgame, has 44 RBIs on the season. Blank has scored twice in the game. He's now up to 23 runs on the year. And for Davis, the run is his 11th. And as of right now, an unearned run. Depending what else happens in the inning. The 1-2 is low and inside. And the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. And again, regardless, Blank was going to score on that play as long as he touched home plate before a potential out was made at third base. If Davis had been tagged down on a good throw at third base before the run scored, the run wouldn't count. 2-2, grounded weakly to third. Charging in is Batista. Fields on the backhand. His throw to first in time to get the speedy Cleary Jr., who was hustling up the first base line. And that's the final out of the inning. 2 runs, 1 earned in the inning on 2 hits and an error. The Ducks leave the bases empty. And we have played a total of 5 innings here at Bethpage Ballpark. On this Friday night, it is now the Ducks 2, and Ducks 4, and the Bluefish 2.
Hey fans, this is Blake Davis, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball, Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 103.9 LI News Radio.
The results are in. PSEG Long Island is delivering 99.9% reliability. We got there by strengthening equipment and clearing trees along power lines across our area. And our new outage management system will continue to ensure improved communications and faster restoration. 99.9% reliable. It's one more way we're serving you better. Discover how we're improving every day to bring you better service at www.psegLiny.com/reliability.
M&V Limousines is the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks. Family owned and operated, they've been in the business for over 23 years. M&V Limousines offers coach buses with Wi-Fi and restrooms, party buses, exotic limousines, and so much more. Whether you're looking for transportation for weddings, proms, corporate outings, or long-distance trips, they've got the right vehicle for you. Visit their showroom in Comac or check them out online at mvlimo.com. M&V Limousines, the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks.
Sixth inning here at Bethpage Ballpark. Ducks are back in front by a count of now 4-2. And Ducks fans follow all season long as the Long Island Ducks try to meet the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks do hit 100 home runs, then Chappie's Funeral Homes will donate $5,000 to the Quacker Jack Foundation. Chappie's Funeral Homes, where caring for others is our family tradition. So the Ducks have given Brownell a 2-run lead once again. Second time they've been up by 2 in the game. First pitch to John Alonso. Here's ripped back up the middle into center field, a base hit. A hard-hit baseball right back to the mound, and it just missed hitting the right leg of Brownell. Got it out of the way in time. So there's the first time Alonso's been on base in the game. He had grounded into a double play each of his first 2 at-bats. 7th hit of the game for Bridgeport, and they've got the leadoff man on in the 6th. Great job by Brownell last inning after allowing back-to-back singles with 2 outs to Prince and Nelson, striking out the dangerous Wellington Dotel to end that inning, keep the game tied. So now runner at first with nobody out. Here is Jobduan Morales to the plate, the catcher and 5-hitter, who is 1 for 1 in the game. He's been on base twice. Brownell's first pitch to him is a fastball over the outside corner for strike 1. Morales a walk in the second, made it to third but was stranded there. Then in the 4th, delivered a 2-out, 2-strike single to center off of Brownell before scoring on the 2-run home run by Sean Burrows, who waits in the on-deck circle. 0-1. And Morales fists one out in the air behind the plate, foul. Catcher Mike Blank makes the catch. So Morales retired for the first time tonight. That is out number 1. And staying put at first base is John Alonso.
First baseman number 22, Sean Burrows, number 22.
So with 1 away and 1 on, here is the dangerous Sean Burrows batting from the left side, who has continued to do damage against the Ducks and did so in the 4th with his 2-run home run to right off of Brownell. First pitch on the way, and Brownell misses low and outside for ball 1. Burrows had grounded out to first his first time up in the 2nd, forwarding the 2-strike, 2-out home run to right, just his 2nd home run of the year, and now has 23 runs batted in. 1-0. That's over the outside corner for a called strike, about knee high. And leaving the count at 1-1. Brownell surrendered one home run last Saturday up in Bridgeport. That was a 1-out, 6th inning solo home run to Andres Rodriguez. That gave Bridgeport a 3-1 lead in an eventual 3-2 win. Here Brownell misses for ball 2. And the count 2-1 on the former big leaguer Sean Burrows. Third baseman Cody Puckett playing well off the bag at third with the lefty hitter at the plate, and Griffin holding on the runner at first. 2-1, and Burrows rockets one into right field, well hit again. Lentini goes back, turns and looks, and you can forget it. For the second time tonight, Sean Burrows has hit a 2-run home run over the right field wall after the Ducks had taken a 2-run lead. And on Burrows' second home run of the night, Bridgeport has again tied up the score at 4. Sean Burrows just loves facing the Long Island Ducks, and twice now in the last 3 innings, Sean Burrows has hit a 2-run home run. It's his 3rd home run of the year. He has now driven in 4 on the night, and the Ducks have lost their second 2-run lead of the ballgame. First pitch is in for a called strike to Wilson Batista, and the count 0-1. The Ducks pitching staff has had some trouble giving up home runs of late, as this one is chopped on the ground to short. Charging in Dan Lyons fields the off-balance throw in time for the out. So Batista retired for the second out. Bridgeport, who came into the game with 27 home runs on the year, that is the fewest among any Atlantic League team, has now hit 2 in the game, both off the bat of Sean Burrows. And John Brownell struggles with the long ball continue, as he has now allowed 12 home runs on the season, the most of any pitcher in the Atlantic League. Here's Brandon Jones to the plate, 0 for 2, and he takes low and inside for ball 1. Aside from the damage from Sean Burrows, Brownell's been okay, but it's Burrows who's provided the offense for Bridgeport. And here Jones a pop-up, left side of the infield. Cody Puckett down from third base, makes the call, makes the catch, and the inning is over. But not before Sean Burrows, for the second time tonight, goes deep to right. His second 2-run home run of the game. And after 5.5, we are once again all tied at 4 apiece.
Hey fans, this is outfielder Brian Sabatella, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 103.9 LI News Radio.
James Simmons is going back. He is looking up, and on the park night, that one is gone and reaches a kennel in Central Islip.
That was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. So every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
Bottom half of the 6th inning, we are all tied once again. 4-4 the score between the Ducks and the Bluefish. The Ducks have had a pair of 2-run leads in the game, but the Bluefish have answered right back after the Ducks scored those 2 runs to get those 2 runs back on the board and immediately tie the score. And so we have a 4-4 game. Steve McQuail is the batter. And again, he is taking the spot of Randy Ruiz, who was injured earlier in the game, and McQuail here takes a called strike. And the count is 0-1. Again, McQuail takes over as the DH. Comes into the spot in this game not as a pinch hitter, but he took the DH spot of Ruiz, who was injured back in the third inning. Hurt his hamstring as he was running at a grounder to short. Nothing further in terms of a timetable or anything like that. So for now, he is just out of tonight's ball game. We'll have to try and get more information after the game. Either way, the count is now 0-2 on Steve McQuail, hitting 196 with 5 homers and 7 RBIs. Got off to a red-hot start, has cooled off since. And now the 0-2 is upstairs on a fastball. And the count goes to 1-2 on McQuail. Lowe works out of the windup, and the 1-2 is swung and ripped towards short. Nice pick on a one-hop by Prince's throw to first in time for the out. Very nice play by the shortstop, Josh Prince, who has seen a ton of action tonight over at shortstop and has made a few nice plays and has also had a couple of off-target throws saved by Sean Burrows at first. But either way, a nice play there to rob Steve McQuail of a hit. And that is the first out here in the 6th inning. That'll bring Cody Puckett to the plate. So again, don't know for sure about Ruiz, but if he does miss any extended period of time, that is a big loss for the Ducks. The first pitch on the way to Cody Puckett is a breaking ball called strike over the inside corner. The Ducks offense has not been clicking on as many cylinders as it was earlier in the year, really since losing Lou Ford and Ricci Corona. At the beginning of this second half, the 0-1. Blown outside for a ball 1 to Puckett, who is 0 for 2 with a pop to short and a fly out to right. And Ruiz has been the one guy in the lineup who's been the consistent big power threat and has been getting on base fairly frequently. So to lose him would be a big loss. The 1-1. Blown outside goes off the glove of the catcher Morales in the count 2-1, especially considering that McQuail has cooled off at the plate since that first week when he had 5 home runs. From the windup, the 2-1 on the way from Lowe to Puckett. Now that's hit high in the air to left center field. Fairly well hit. Converging on it are Jones and Chapman, and it is the center fielder, Ethan Chapman, who makes the catch. So Puckett gave it a ride to left center, but not deep enough to get over the head of either outfielder, and that is the second out of the bottom of the 6th inning. Bridgeport has done a great job in this game responding after the Ducks put runs on the board. Ducks scored 2 in the bottom of the 3rd. Bridgeport came back with 2 in their half of the 4th. And after the Ducks scored 2 in the bottom of the 5th, Bridgeport comes back with 2 in the top of the 6th. But if Lowe gets the next batter out, then in both innings after the Ducks scored, and they will have gone 1-2-3 after the Bluefish score. This pitch misses low and outside, ball 1 to Brian Sabatella. Count 1-0 on Sabatella, who is 0 for 2. He's grounded out to first and grounded to short in his 2 at-bats. Here's the 1-0, and Sabatella rips this one into left field for a base hit. Good solid contact there, and Sabatella will be on first with 2 down. That'll give John Griffin an opportunity. So here is John Griffin, who is 1 for 2. He's hit the ball hard twice.
John Griffin, number 33.
Single to left his first time up in the 3rd inning, then hit a hot shot to short in the 4th, but Prince made a nice play and got the out at first in the hole between 3rd and short. See if Sabatella tries to take second at any point. 22 steals on the year in 28 attempts. First pitch, breaking ball is on the outside corner, a called strike. Late call there from James Grillo, the home plate umpire. And the count 0-1 on Griffin. Sabatella being held on at first by Sean Burrows as Lowe from the stretch gets the sign. Look over to first, and Sabatella dives back safely. Never made a throw over there. But Sabatella not taking any chances. The count still 0-1 on Griffin. Getting the pitches low. Sabatella takes his lead to the edge of the cutout. The 0-1, a pitch out, nothing doing. Morales asked for the pitch to be delivered up high and outside just in case Sabatella took off for second, but he did not go. And the count is even up at 1 ball and 1 strike. If Griffin reaches Mike Blank, who has 2 hits in the ball game and 2 at-bats, would be up next. Here comes the 1-1 from Lowe. Pitch on the way, and Griffin swings, fouls this one off deep down the right field line, but out of play. So the count now, a ball and 2 strikes on the Ducks' first baseman as Lowe tries to get through the 6th unscathed. Each team with 4 runs on that scoreboard, 8 hits so far for the Bluefish, 7 for the Ducks. 1 error on each side as well. From the stretch, the 1-2. And Griffin, a check swing, and home plate umpire James Grillo says he went around, strike 3. And for Cameron Lowe, that is his first strikeout of the ball game. And it retires the side in the 6th. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left for the Ducks. We are through 6 at Bethpage Ballpark in the opener of this 4-game series. The Ducks and the Bluefish all knotted up at 4.
Hey fan, this is outfielder Delta Clear Jr. You're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 1039 LI News Radio.
Spring into a new Honda at Huntington Honda and pay $59 a month for a new 2015 Honda Civic LX sedan. $59. So spring into Huntington Honda on Jericho Turnpike just east of Route 110 or HuntingtonHondaCars.com.
Huntington Honda, discover the difference.
Auto 24-month lease, total due at inception. Civic $31.90 includes bank fee, first month's payment, no security deposit. Taxes, DMV, title fees extra with excellent credit through HFS.
Have your birthday at the ballpark this season and celebrate with the flock. Kona Ice birthday party packages with the Long Island Ducks are now available. Each package includes 10 box seats, a commemorative birthday t-shirt and autographed baseball, a pizza and Kona Ice party in the Hebrew National Picnic area, and so much more. Best of all, the birthday child will stand on the dugout while the entire crowd sings happy birthday. Reserve your party today by calling the group sales department at 631-940-3825. Kona Ice birthday parties with the Long Island Ducks, a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Ducks fans, chill out all summer long with a cold cup of Hampton Coffee Company gourmet iced coffee available at the concessions here at Bethpage Ballpark. Hampton Coffee is the preferred coffee of the Long Island Ducks. Visit HamptonCoffeeCompany.com or check out their cafes in the Hamptons. 6 innings have been played here on this Friday night, and we are all tied up 4 apiece. Ducks and the Bluefish in the opener of this series. Bluefish lead the season series 9-8, so the Ducks trying to pull even in the battle for the Ferry Cup. Bunted by Chapman here on the first pitch to third. Cody Puckett barehands his throw to first. Nice stretch by John Griffin to get Ethan Chapman at first base for the first out. Not an easy play on either end, but Cody Puckett did a good job anticipating, charged in on it, had to make a barehanded play. His throw to first was a bit high, but thankfully the Ducks have 6'6" John Griffin at first base, and he was able to reach up with his entire wingspan and make that catch to save Puckett of an error. So that is the first out of this 7th inning, as Chapman is now 0 for 3. And here is Josh Prince, the shortstop and leadoff hitter, and he takes a breaking ball strike. So John Brownell back to the mound for his 7th inning of work. To this point, he has thrown 92 pitches, 59 for strikes, which for him is pretty efficient. And the 0-1 is lifted foul down the right field line. Brownell consistently will go deep into games and likes to say that he doesn't have a pitch count. Last time out, through 117 pitches, 72 of them for strikes. Through 103 in his start before that, but in that complete game shutout, 128 pitches for Brownell. So he certainly can go the distance and go long and deep into a start if needed. Count is 1-2 on Josh Prince, and the pitch on the way is a fastball low and outside for ball 2. Prince singled to center his last time up, but was stranded at second base. That was back in the 5th. Struck out looking in the 3rd and reached on an error in the 1st. 2-2 on the way. Prince takes on the inside corner, a fastball called strike 3. Prince did not like the call, barking at home plate umpire James Grillo as he walks back to the third base dugout. For Brownell, that is strikeout number 6 on the night. And that is out number 2 in the 7th. So Brownell trying to get the Ducks to the 7th inning stretch with the game still tied at 4. Here is Brian Nelson, who is 1 for 3. As he picked up a single in his last at-bat through the left side in the 5th. Fly out and a ground out preceding that base hit. The first pitch here is low in the dirt, scooped out by the catcher, Mike Blank, the count of 1-0. Brian Nelson with his second Atlantic League team this year. Second tour of duty with Bridgeport. He has also previously played with Lancaster and York and Camden, as this one is taken low and outside for a ball. The count 2-0. Did not return to the Ducks after 2013. Spent time with Camden, spent time with York, and now with Lancaster and Bridgeport. This one over the inside corner. Nelson turned and backed out of the way of it, thinking that was going to be too far inside. Now having some words with James Grillo, as he thought that was going to be too far inside, but Brownell got it over the corner. And so the count 2-1. Nelson waves the bat at the plate. The 2-1 pitch is a bit up and inside this time, as Brownell tried for the inside corner again. The count 3-1. And if Nelson reaches, Wellington Dotel waiting in the on-deck circle. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. Brownell fires, and this one is chopped on the ground, first base line foul. And the count 3-2. Brownell with Nelson with good support behind him in the dangerous Wellington Dotel. And again, you never want to put Nelson on base and have runners on for Dotel, although lasted 2 innings ago with 2 on and 2 out. Dotel struck out looking. Here's the payoff pitch to Nelson, and it is taken low and inside for ball 4. So Brownell allows the 2-out walk to Brian Nelson. Second walk of the night issued by Brownell, and his first since the second inning. So a 2-out base runner in Brian Nelson, and now the dangerous Wellington Dotel gets another opportunity. He's 2 for 3 in the game with a pair of singles. But both times he singled, was quickly retired on double play groundouts from John Alonzo. And in the 5th with 2 on and 2 out, a strikeout looking by Brownell. First pitch here from the right-hander, swing and a miss at a high and outside fastball. The count 0-1. Dotel does strike out a lot. That strikeout earlier in the game was his 75th of the year. And he has drawn a total of just 8 walks this season. So he really does not get on base via the walk much, if at all. There's a .342 on base percentage entering the game. If he gets on, it's by way of the hit most of the time. The 0-1 here is chopped to short. Dan Lyons fields. The throw to first is in time to retire the speedy Dotel. Nice play by Dan Lyons. And Brownell gets through the 7th unscathed. So, no runs, no hits for Bridgeport. They leave 1. And it is time to stretch at Bethpage Ballpark, middle of the 7th inning. And the Bluefish and the Ducks tied at 4.
Hey fans, this is right-handed pitcher John Brownell, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 1039 LI News Radio.
Hey, Ducks fans, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks is the Upsky Long Island Hotel in Hauppauge. It's centrally located on the north shore of Long Island and offers a home away from home for both business and leisure guests. The Upsky Long Island Hotel features an indoor pool, 24-hour business center, a fitness center, and complimentary Wi-Fi in all guest rooms. Enjoy the contemporary American cuisine at the Fountain Grill restaurant or grab a quick bite to eat at Cafe Pronto. Best of all, it's only minutes from Bethpage Ballpark. The Upsky Long Island Hotel, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks. Call 231-1100 today. That's 631-231-1100.
Family fun every time.
Beautiful evening for baseball.
Big action every time.
He reaches up, it's gone!
Great value every time.
And the Ducks have won it 7-1.
The Ducks schedule is loaded with new promotions this season, and with an average ticket price of just $10 and free parking, there is no better value on Long Island. For game times and tickets, visit liducks.com. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
Bottom half of the 7th inning. What a battle we have seen here early tonight between the Ducks and the Bluefish. 4-4 the score, and normally you'd say it's been a pitcher's duel, but when teams have combined for 8 runs and 15 hits, it's not really much of a pitcher's duel, but really it's been 2 half innings on each side that have been the damage. The Ducks scoring 2 in the 3rd and the 5th, the Bluefish scoring 2 in the 4th and the 6th, and otherwise the pitchers have been pretty strong here tonight. For Burnell, really, it's just been two bad pitches. The two home runs by Sean Burrows that have done the damage for Bridgeport. First pitch to Mike Blank is a called strike. The Ducks have scored their runs on RBI singles from Dan Lyons, Delta Cleary Jr., as well as a sac fly from Lyons and a throwing error on that sac fly that scored Blake Davis. 0-1 is in for a called strike. And Mike Blank, who has singles and runs in each of his first two trips to the plate, is behind in the count 0-2. A base hit and a run in the third, a base hit and a run in the fifth. Now the 0-2. Breaking ball swung on and missed for strike 3. So Cameron Lowe, who had not struck out a batter through the first 5 2/3 innings of this game, has struck out the last 2 that he has faced. With 1 out in the 7th, up to the plate will step the second baseman, Blake Davis. So here is Davis to bat from the left side. First pitch from Cameron Lowe. Fastball misses low for ball 1. The right-hander at this point has thrown 97 pitches, 61 for strikes. So we'll see if this is the last inning for him or if he will continue afterwards. 1-0 pitch on the way from the right-hander, and Davis takes a fastball low and outside again. And it is 2 balls and no strikes. Davis gets ahead in the count here. Third baseman in on the grass, the 2-0. And Davis takes again, and this one misses way low and inside. Lois had some trouble with his control at points in this game, falling behind in counts. But ultimately has walked just one batter, Phelan Lentini, back in the 3rd inning to load up the bases before the Ducks plated 2 runs. 3-0 the count. Here comes the pitch, and Davis takes, and it's outside ball 4. So there is the second walk issued by Lowe as Davis draws the free pass with 1 out. It's another Municipal Credit Union walk with a purpose. Every time a Ducks batter walks, the Quacker Jack Foundation wins. So the Ducks now with a runner at first and 1 out. That is the go-ahead run. And Davis has pretty good speed, and up to the plate steps the leadoff hitter in the lineup, Phelan Lentini, who is 0 for 1 on the night. He flew out to center in the first. Since then, he has walked and laid down a sacrifice bunt, and looked like he had scored a run in the 3rd on a base hit, but it was ruled that he was out at home plate, and the curveball here is over the inside corner for strike 1 from Lowe. Lentini in the 3rd inning was on second base when Delta Cleary Jr. singled to right, tried to score, and when he slid in a home plate, lunging Jabduan Morales, it was ruled that his tag just beat the foot of Lentini to the plate. Replays seem to show otherwise, though it was close. The 0-1 is low. Nice scoop out of the dirt by Morales, and that'll even up the count at 1-1. Lentini has had hits in each of his first 3 games since re-signing with the Ducks, trying to make it 4 straight. If he can pick up 1 here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Dan Lyons is waiting in the on-deck circle. Davis being held on at first by Burrows as Lowe set at the belt. Now is 1-1, and Lentini swings, grounds one is short. Prince goes to second, 1 on to first in time. A 6-4 3-inning ending double play hit into by Phelan Lentini, and that retires the side in the 7th. So for the Ducks, no runs, no hits, and because of the double play, nobody left. 7 complete on this Friday night, and we are still knotted up at 4 apiece.
Hey fans, this is first baseman John Griffin, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 1039 LI News Radio.
Few places on earth offer the charm and excitement of Fire Island. At Fire Island Ferries, located conveniently at 99 Maple Avenue in Bay Shore, they offer convenient travel to Fire Island 7 days a week. Fire Island is quickly becoming a top destination for families of all ages. Experience the informal, carefree communities, the dazzling night scene, enjoy fine dining, or climb to the top of one of the tallest lighthouses in the United States. But there's only one way to get there, by calling Fire Island Ferries at 631-665-3600 today. For fare and scheduling information, please visit fireislandferries.com.
Hey Ducks fans, stay up to date with Long Island's hometown team by visiting Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks. Quack of the Bat will bring Ducks fans beyond the headlines with in-depth feature articles, breaking news stories, game previews, post-game wrap-ups, and so much more. Interact with the team during the entire season through quotes directly from the players and coaches, as well as exclusive video clips and photos. Check out the blog today at quackofthebat.wordpress.com. Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks.
North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital in Bayshore is the healthcare heart of our community. We provide outstanding healthcare right here at home with centers of excellence in cardiology, orthopedics, neurosciences, women's health services, and much more. Experience counts, and North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital has been around for nearly a century of care. For more information, please call 631-968-3000 or visit us on the web at www.nslij.com.
On to the 8th inning here at Bethpage Ballpark. The score is tied up at 4. New pitcher is in for the Ducks, and that is right-hander Amalio Diaz, who takes over for John Brownell after 7 innings tonight, where he pitched pretty well but made 2 poor pitches that were hit over the wall in right field, both times by Sean Burrows. And so Brownell will get a no decision tonight as the score remains 4-4. Ducks fans, do you want frequent updates on team transactions, scores, store specials, and the status of upcoming games? Well, then you should follow the Long Island Ducks on Twitter, twitter.com/LIDucks. With Twitter, the faithful flock will be able to follow their Ducks and find out more information regarding nightly promotions, player signings, league activities, and so much more. The Ducks are tweeting right now, and you can follow along at twitter.com/LIDucks. So to the 8th inning we go. The right-hander is Amalio Diaz, the setup man for the Ducks, even though it is a tie game right now. And here is John Alonso to the plate, who is 1 for 3 on the night. Diaz set at the belt, and his first pitch is a fastball low and outside for ball 1. Alonso grounded into double plays his first 2 times up, 6-4-3 in the first, 4-6-3 in the fourth. And in the 6th, he singled to lead off the inning on the first pitch and scored on the home run by Sean Burrows, who is due up 3rd in this inning. The 1-0 from Diaz, and this is line into right field on the run. Lentini will have to play it on a hop. It is a base hit for Alonso, who after the tough start is now 2 for 4. And Bridgeport puts the go-ahead run on to start off in the 8th inning. A hard hit ball the opposite way, and Diaz allows the leadoff single. And now the catcher, Job Duan Morales, will come to the plate. Morales has not laid down a sacrifice bunt yet this year. We'll see if they put it on here to try and get the go-ahead run in a scoring position for Burrows, who again has been incredibly difficult for the Ducks this season. So Alonso leads at first. Diaz comes set. First pitch on the way. Morales does not square, and he swings through a high fastball for strike 1. Morales has been dominant this year for the Ducks. 41 games out of the bullpen. He is 1-1 with a 1.29 ERA, 2 saves, and has allowed just 7 runs, 6 of them earned in 42 innings. His 0-1 upcoming to Morales. Pitch on the way is swung on and missed, chasing downstairs. And the count quickly 0-2. In those 42 innings, Diaz has given up 28 hits and only 5 walks while striking out 50 batters. A 10-1 strikeout to walk ratio. Incredible for Diaz. Trying to get a strikeout here. Morales, or a ground ball that they can turn 2 on after the leadoff single by Alonso. Oh, and 2 the count. Kicking the pitch from Diaz, and Morales takes a breaking ball low and outside. Count goes to 1-2. And Sean Burrows waiting in the on-deck circle. He has hit 2-run home runs in each of his last 2 at-bats. A dangerous hitter for the Bluefish. Now the 1-2 coming to Morales, as Alonso continues to lead at first. Diaz kicks and fires, and Morales swings, lines this one into right field towards the gap. On the run, Lentini. He will have to play it on a hop, and now it gets past him. Around second is Alonso. He is going for third. Now they have Morales caught. Lions will apply the tag on Morales between first and second. So a bad base running decision there by Morales, and an out is made. However, the Bluefish now get the go-ahead run at third base with only one out. So for Morales, that will be a single to right. His second hit of the game, as Lentini couldn't decide whether he wanted to play it on a hop. But by the time he had gotten over there, he had gone too far, and it kind of skipped and went past him, but he was able to recover, throw it into the shortstop Lions, who got Morales on the tag. So the putout will go 9-6 there to retire Morales. And now Sean Burrows is intentionally walked, and no surprise there, with first base wide open, and with Sean Burrows having hit 2 home runs already. They intentionally walked Burrows to put him at first base, reset up the double play. Now here's Wilson Batista, who has struck out twice and grounded out to short. The first pitch misses for ball 1. So Diaz, uncharacteristically here, has gotten off to a slow start in this inning. He's given up 2 singles and the intentional walk, but he's gotten 1 out on the base running blunder by Morales, who got a little bit too aggressive trying to go to second on that play. The 1-0. And Batista lines it into right field. That is going to be a base hit. In to score from third base is the DH John Alonso. It's an RBI single to right by Wilson Batista. And Bridgeport has their first lead of the night as they go up 5-4 in the top of the 8th inning. So Amalio Diaz does not have his best stuff tonight, and Bridgeport has collected 3 hits off of him, and they score on the RBI single by Batista, his first hit of the night, his 9th RBI of the year. And so scoring on the play is Alonso, his second run of the game, 7th of the year, 37th of the season. And now Burrows at second, and here is the left fielder Brandon Jones to the plate. First pitch coming from Diaz. Now the fastball is in for a called strike. So the Ducks, who have had a pair of 2-run leads in this game, immediately saw both leads go by the wayside on the 2-run home runs by Burrows in the following half inning. And now, after the Ducks unable to retake the lead, Amalio Diaz has given the lead to Bridgeport. And now Bridgeport looking for more. The 0-1, and Jones takes a fastball at the knees over the outside corner for strike 2. Jones 0 for 3 in the game and has not hit the ball out of the infield. He's lined to short, popped to short, and popped to third. Diaz steps off the rubber, wants to go through the signs again. Oh, 0-2 the count. Diaz looking for a ground ball here from Jones. Looks to second. Looks back again. Now fires to the plate, and Jones will swing and ground it towards first. John Griffin is there. Throws to short 1, and that's all they'll get. Good slide at second base by Wilson Batista to try and break up the double play. Jones has pretty good speed, 2 running. So the fielder's choice goes 3-6. As Batista is out at second, Burrows moves to third. Now Ethan Chapman will come to the plate.
Ethan Chapman, number 7.
And again, the key here for Amalio Diaz is to keep it right here at 5-4. You don't want to fall behind by any more. And here's Ethan Chapman, who is 0 for 2 with a bunt ground out. 0 for 3, excuse me. Bunt ground out his last time up, trying to reach on a bunt single. Third baseman Puckett in on the grass. First pitch from Diaz on the way. Fastball popped up foul, third base side. Puckett chasing towards the Bluefish dugout. He'll run out of room, though, as this hits off the lower concourse, hops up into the seats. And the count is 0-1. Chapman struck out his first time up in the third inning, so the fans here tonight getting an order of free breadsticks. Part of the Pizza Hut K-Man promotion on Friday. Since then, he has he has flown out to right, and as we mentioned, the bunt ground out. Here comes the 0-1 from Diaz. Runners at the corners, 2 out. Bridgeport ahead by 1, and now time called at home plate by Chapman. Bluefish have racked up 11 hits in this game. The final line on John Brownell, he goes 7 innings tonight, gives up 4 runs, all earned on 8 hits. Walked 2, struck out 6, gave up the 2 2-run home runs to Sean Burrows. 1 wild pitch, threw 104 pitches, 65 for strikes. 0-1 from Diaz. It's up and outside for a ball. Hard fastball from the right-hander. That'll leave it up the count at 1-1. Diaz ready to go on the hill. Burrows leads at third, and Jones at first. The 1-1 fouled right back to the screen behind home plate. And Diaz 1 strike away from avoiding any further trouble here in the 8th inning. Well, again, Brownell will not factor into the decision here tonight. The game in the hands right now of Diaz for the Ducks, who is in line for the loss unless Long Island can come back in this game to tie it. And Cameron Lowe, the starter, we'll see whether or not he comes back out for the bottom of the 8th, but he would be in line for the win right now. 1-2 from Diaz, and Chapman takes a fastball up and outside. That'll leave it up the count at 2-2. Diaz with 16 pitches here in the inning. He hasn't thrown too many. But regardless, has given up 3 hits in the inning, including the RBI single from Wilson Batista that has put Bridgeport on top. 2-2 now to the 9-hitter Chapman. Diaz kicks and fires, and Chapman swings, fouls this one back behind the plate again. In fact, that went off the mask of Blank, who appears to be a little bit shaken up at home plate, but seems like he'll be okay. So the count still even. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Diaz steps back up onto the rubber and looks in for the sign from Blank. Chapman from the left side, waving the bat at home plate. 2-ball, 2-strike pitch coming to the Bluefish center fielder. Diaz is ready, fires, and Chapman takes up and outside again, ball 3. So Diaz having trouble finding the strike zone to retire Chapman. He's worked the count full. That'll send the runner from first base, Jones, on the pitch. And if Chapman reaches, Josh Prince would be next. Diaz comes set on the mound. There goes the runner from first. The 3-2 is swung on, and just getting a piece of it was Chapman to foul it off. Again, he just did get enough. That was a hard breaking ball from Diaz, and Chapman just got a piece to stay alive. So we'll do it again at 3-2. Bluefish in front 5-4, top of the 8th inning. (3-2), runner goes again, and it's a called strike 3 on the outside corner. So Diaz gets the strikeout of Chapman to avoid any further trouble, but the damage has been done. Bridgeport has their first lead of the night. They get a run on 3 hits, no errors, and they leave 2. And we will head to the bottom of the 8th. The Ducks need to come from behind here as they lead it. They trail it, 5-4 to the Bluefish.
Hey fans, this is Bud Harrelson, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 103.9 LI News Radio.
Beautify your patio, walkway, driveway, or pool surround with Nicoloc paving stones and walls. Nicoloc's specially formulated paver shield offers extra surface wear protection and color enhancement throughout the thickness of the paver. Paver shield guarantees that your pavers will look great for years to come. Bring home the elegance with Nicoloc. Visit the Nicoloc Design Center, Sunrise Highway, Lindenhurst, or Nicoloc.com.
Let Nicoloc pavers pave your way.
M&V Limousines is the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks. Family owned and operated, they've been in the business for over 23 years. M&V Limousines offers coach buses with Wi-Fi and restrooms, party buses, exotic limousines, and so much more. Whether you're looking for transportation for weddings, proms, corporate outings, or long-distance trips, they've got the right vehicle for you. Visit their showroom in Comac or check them out online at mvlimo.com. M&V Limousines, the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks.
Hey fans, this is right-handed pitcher Frank DiGiulio, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 1039 LI News Radio.
Few places on earth offer the charm and excitement of Fire Island. At Fire Island Ferries, located conveniently at 99 Maple Avenue in Bay Shore, they offer convenient travel to Fire Island 7 days a week. Fire Island is quickly becoming a top destination for families of all ages. Experience the informal, carefree communities, the dazzling night scene, enjoy fine dining, or climb to the top of one of the tallest lighthouses in the United States. But there's only one way to get there, by calling Fire Island Ferries at 631-665-3600 today. For fare and scheduling information, please visit fireislandferries.com.
We go to the 8th inning, bottom half of the 8th inning, with the Bridgeport Bluefish ahead by a count of 5-4. And the Ducks need to try and find a way to come from behind in this game, as Mario Diaz has allowed a run in the top half of this inning to give Bridgeport their first lead of the night. And now Dan Lyons will lead things off. He'll be followed by Delta Cleary Jr. and Steve McQuail. And they'll all face Stephen Ames, the new pitcher, who takes over for Cameron Lowe, who was in line to pick up the win. It would be his 4th of the year. The 0-1. Breaking ball, that's in for a strike, and Ames quickly ahead of Lyons, 0-2. Lyons has driven in 2 of the 4 Ducks runs on an RBI single to left in the 3rd and a sac fly to right in the 5th. Another run scored on that sac fly on the errant throw from Wellington Dotel. Here Lyons takes a breaking ball down in the dirt. Ames has good stuff on that curveball, good movement. And count out 1-2 on Lyons. One and two the count. Here's the kick and the pitch, and Lyons grounds this one towards second. Brian Nelson to his right, juggles the ball, recovers his throw to first, not in time. Lyons beats it out. So on the error from Brian Nelson, his 9th of the year, the Ducks have the leadoff man on in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Nelson had to charge in on it, but had plenty of time if he came up with it cleanly. He just juggled that baseball, and with Lyons' speed, no chance to get him after the juggle. So the Ducks with a bit of a break as they get the leadoff man on, and now Delta Cleary Jr. will come to the plate. We'll see if they try and sacrifice him over. So here's Cleary Jr. to the plate, batting from the left side. He squares to bunt, pulls back and takes low and outside. That is ball number 1. Cleary Jr. in this game 1 for 3, had an RBI single to right in the 3rd. Also stole a base in that inning. Aside from that, has grounded to short and grounded to 3rd. The Ducks want to get the speedy Lions in a scoring position if possible. 1-0, he squares to bunt again, bunts it up the first base line. A beauty, rolling right along the line. Ames watches it go foul and then grabs it. And Cleary Jr. denied a bunt single. There was no chance they were going to get him if that stayed fair. But unfortunately for Cleary Jr., it just went foul. And the count is now even at 1-1. One ball, one strike to Delta Cleary Jr. The third baseman, Batista, well in on the grass. The first baseman, Burrows, holding on, Dan Lyons. The 1-1, he squares to bunt again and takes the breaking ball that just catches the outside corner for a strike in the count of 1-2. So Cleary Jr. has not been able to get the bunt down yet. We'll see if he tries again with 2 strikes or if he'll swing away. The third baseman Batista still in on the grass just in case. Lyons takes his lead, the 1-2. He swings away and bounces it weakly out in front of home plate. The catcher Morales fields his throw to first just in time to retire Delta Cleary Jr. So the putout will go 2-3, and in essence, the sacrifice works even though it's not a sacrifice. He does his job in getting the tying run in a scoring position with only one out. Loses the at-bat because he does not get, he gets credit for an at-bat, but no hit. So now the Ducks with a runner at second base and one out. Here is Steve McQuail to the plate. First pitch misses for ball one to Steve McQuail. McQuail took over again in the sixth inning as the designated hitter for Randy Ruiz, who grounded out to short in his first two at-bats and left the game with a hamstring injury. McQuail grounded to short in the sixth as well. Now the 1-0, and he takes over the inside corner for a called strike. Checked his swing, but it just caught a piece of the corner to even the count at 1-1. The numbers on Ames for Bridgeport: 13 games, he's 1-1 with a 3.27 ERA. 4 runs, all earned on 12 hits in 11 innings, has walked 3 and struck out 12. 1-1. And this one taken inside for ball number 2 to McQuail. Yeah, McQuail has hit 5 home runs as a Duck. Entering tonight, had 9 hits in his first 46 at-bats with 5 homers, 7 RBIs, and 5 runs scored. Trying to bring Lyons home from second to tie this game at 5. 2-1. And I'll take inside ball 3. If he can draw another ball here and get the walk, that would put the tying run and the go-ahead run on for Cody Puckett, who waits in the on-deck circle. Lyons with great speed at second base, 1 out after reaching on the error by Nelson. 3-1. McQuail takes the breaking ball. That is over the inside corner for strike 2. About bell tie. Ames gets the called strike. Now the count full at 3-2. Ames stands in at 6'1", 205 pounds. He is 27 years old, out of Vancouver, Washington. Payoff pitch coming. McQuail will swing and pop this one up foul, first base side. Sean Burrows is there to make the catch. So Steve McQuail pops out foul to the first baseman Burrows. Lyons is still at second. And with 2 away, that will leave it up to the third baseman Cody Puckett.
One on the third baseman, number 2, Cody Puckett, number 2.
So here is Cody Puckett to the plate from the right side. Righty-righty matchup with Stephen Ames. Again, the tying run in scoring position with 2 out. First pitch, ground ball weakly up the third base line. It goes foul. The count is 0-1. Puckett is 0 for 3 in the game. He popped up to short back in the second inning. Flew out to right in the fourth and flew out to center in the sixth. Lyons reaching on the error to start the inning. Went to second on the ground out to the catcher by Cleary Jr. McQuail got ahead 3-1, but then fouled out on a 3-2 count. Now the 0-1, and Puckett takes a fastball just low. Ames thought he had strike 2, but the count is now even at 1-1. Michael Pollock bringing you all the action. First game of a 4-game set between the Ducks and the Bluefish Ferry Cup Series, and we're in the bottom of the 8th with Bridgeport ahead 5-4, their first lead of the game. 1-1, and Puckett takes low and outside. Good block at the plate by Jobduan Morales. The count 2-1. Ducks with 7 hits in the game, Bridgeport with 11. The only Ducks with multiple hits right now is Mike Blank. He has a pair of singles in the game. Be a 2-ball, 1-strike pitch coming from the right-hander. Gets the sign set at the belt. Kicking the pitch on the way. Puckett swings and misses. A big breaking ball, a big hack. And Puckett swings through it for strike 2. So Ames now one strike away from getting through this inning without allowing a run after Lions started the inning reaching on the error by Brian Nelson. We'll see if Puckett can come through, keep this inning alive, or if Ames will get out of further trouble. 2-2. Kicking the pitch on the way, and Puckett fouls one off first base side up into the sweet level. Nice grab up top by a fan, and we'll do it again, this time with a count of 2-2. Infield straight away, Lyons steps off second base. The 2-2 from Ames again, and Puckett swings, grounds it right back to the mound. Ames on one hop, fields the underhand toss to first in time for the out. And Cody Puckett cannot get the job done. So the Ducks get a runner to second base with one out, but McQuail and Puckett are both retired. No runs, no hits, an error, a runner left on base. We head to the ninth here at Bethpage Ballpark with the Bluefish still in front of the Ducks, 5-4.
Hey fans, this is relief pitcher Bruce Kern, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 1039 LI News Radio.
Thinking about buying or refinancing a home? Start by attending a free MCU home buying seminar. Then speak with one of our loan specialists who will guide you through the loan process. With an affordable mortgage from Municipal Credit Union, Home Sweet Home will be a little sweeter. Call 212-238-3521 or visit nymcu.org to apply for your mortgage today. Municipal Credit Union. Strong, trusted, growing. Municipal Credit Union is an equal housing opportunity lender.
Enjoy the ultimate VIP fan experience at Bethpage Ballpark this season by taking in a Ducks game from the brand new Trout Town Fan Can. Presented by Roscoe Beer Company, the Fan Can is available for rental at all Ducks home games. It features 12 Dream Seat theater-style padded seats, beverage holders, an air-conditioned atmosphere, and an incredible view of the game. Packages are now available with food and beverage included. To reserve your Fan Can outing today, call the Ducks Group Sales Department at 631-940-3825. The Trout Town Fan Can at Bethpage Ballpark. Your VIP experience has arrived. We go to the ninth here at Bethpage Ballpark. The Ducks still trailing the Bluefish by a count of 5-4. And a new pitcher is in for the Ducks. Their second reliever of the night. It is right-hander Nick Struck, who takes over for the righty Amalio Diaz, the setup man for the Ducks, who has been flat-out dominant this year, but a run of 6 consecutive games without giving up a run has ended, as he gave up a run on 3 hits and a walk in that 8th inning. Gave up back-to-back hits to open the inning, walked Sean Burrows intentionally, and put runners at the corners for Wilson Batista, who was 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts before that, but on the 1-0 pitch, he singled to right to score John Alonso. Diaz was able to get out of further trouble, but the Bridgeport Bluefish had taken a 5-4 lead. The Ducks last inning got Dan Lyons on an error, got him to second base with 1 out, but Steve McQuail and Cody Puckett both unable to get him home. And so the Bluefish will now try and add some insurance to their 5-4 lead against right-hander Nick Struck. It'll be the top 3 in their order. And for the right-hander for Long Island, the goal is to keep this a 1-run game and give the Ducks offense a chance in the bottom half of the inning to tie the game or waddle off with a win. First pitch on the way, and Prince takes a fastball over the outside corner for strike 1. In the bottom of the ninth, the Ducks will have their 6, 7, and 8 hitters, Sabatella, Griffin, and Blank coming to the plate. 0-1, and Prince swings and misses. Good fastball again from Struck, in the count 0-2. Prince of the game 1 for 4, single in the 5th inning. Also reached on an error in the first and has struck out looking twice. 0-2 from Struck, kicks and fires, and the fastball cut on and missed for strike 3. So Josh Prince set down on 3 pitches from Nick Struck. First strikeout for the right-hander, the 8th for Ducks pitching, and that is the first out. Struck on the season for Long Island, 3-3 record, a 2.67 ERA in 29 games. He's given up 25 hits in 27 innings, 8 runs all earned. 11 walks to 31 strikeouts for Struck. And with 1 out and the bases empty, here is Bryant Nelson to the plate. Switch hitter from the left side, first pitch. He swings and it's a high fly ball to right, well hit. Lentini going back to the warning track at the wall, and you can forget it. Bryant Nelson against his former team has hit a solo home run over the right field wall, his second home run of the season, and Bridgeport now leads it 6-4. The home run party continuing for Bridgeport, their third home run of the game, and for Bryant Nelson against the team he won 2 championships with. He lifts a towering solo home run over the right field wall, his second hit of the game. 9th run batted in, and Bridgeport's lead is now 2. So Bridgeport, who had a league low 27 home runs entering play tonight, has hit 3. Now Wellington Dotel at the plate takes a breaking ball for a called strike. That is the first home run that Nick Struck has given up all year long. Just a bizarre night for the Ducks pitching staff. The 0-1 slashed foul down the right field line, out of play, in the count 0-2. John Brownell, who has been known to give up the long ball, had been given 2 two-run leads in the game, and both times he gave up the lead right back as Sean Burrows hit 2-run home runs in the next half inning. Amalio Diaz, who has been flat-out dominant, gives up a run on 3 hits and a walk in his inning of work. And now Nick Struck, who hadn't allowed a home run all year, gives up a home run. The count is 1-2 now on Dotel, who is 2 for 4 with a pair of singles in the ballgame. Now the 1-2, breaking ball cut on and missed for strike 3. So good job by Struck to strike out Wellington Dotel. Second strikeout for Struck, and the second time Dotel has been struck out in this game. 2 down, that'll leave it up to John Alonso.
Number 26, John Alonso, number 26.
So with 2 down here is Alonso to the plate from the right side. He has singled in each of his last 2 at-bats and scored both times as well. First pitch from Struck is swung and grounded foul to the first base dugout, in the count 0-1. Earlier in the game, that wind was blowing out to right, although Sean Burrows didn't get it cheated on either home run. He hit them both well. Now here in the ninth, the wind has died down, so that home run not even aided by wind. He just got it over the wall in right. The 0-1 is low and outside on a fastball, leaving the count at 1-1 on Alonso. So now the Ducks' deficit is 2. They need 2 to tie in the bottom of the 9th inning. And again, they have Sabatella, Griffin, and Blank. Their 6, 7, and 8 hitters due up. Likely against Patrick Mincy, the closer for Bridgeport, and this breaking ball misses low and outside. They count 2-1. The Ducks are struggling right now here in the second half. They entered today at 8-12. They've lost 5 of their last 6 entering the ball game. And the 2-1 is just low and outside. Struck just missed. And the count 3-1 on Alonso, with job due on Morales waiting in the on-deck circle. Here's the 3-1, and Alonso was swinging a miss here, chasing the breaking ball down and away. It'll run the count full at 3-2. 5,018, the crowd here tonight at Bethpage Ballpark. Nice crowd for a Friday night, and they're hoping the Ducks can find a way to rally back in the bottom half of this 9th inning. 3-2, swinging a pop-up foul, first base side, out of play. We'll do it again with the count full. Second baseman Blake Davis shaded up the middle. Griffin well off the bag at first. And the 3-2 from Struck, swung and grounded weakly here towards third. Charging in is Cody Puckett. He fields. His off-balance throw to first is in plenty of time. And that will end the inning. But the Bluefish had an insurance run in the 9th on a 1-out solo home run to right by Bryant Nelson. We go to the bottom half of the 9th inning. It is the Bluefish leading the Ducks by a count of 6-4 in the opener of this 4-game series.
Hey fans, this is Kevin Byers, manager of the Long Island Ducks, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 103.9 LI News Radio.
James Simmons is going back. He is looking up, and on in the park night, that one is gone and reaches a kennel in Central Islip.
That was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quacker Jack Foundation. So every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
Bottom half of the ninth inning here at Bethpage Ballpark in Central Islip, New York. The Long Island Ducks trailing the Bridgeport Bluefish by a count of 6-4. Bridgeport has called on the closer Patrick Mincy to try and pick up the save. He has 18 on the season, no record, and a 1.89 ERA through 35 games. He has been very strong for Bridgeport. Now the Ducks will be sending up Brian Sabatella, John Griffin, and Mike Blank to the plate, who combined have 4 hits in 9 at-bats tonight. So we will see if the Ducks offense can get anything cooking against Patrick Mincy. But the Ducks have had two-run leads in this game, both of which the Bridgeport Bluefish immediately erased. And now Mario Diaz and Nick Struck, two of their strongest relievers this year, have each allowed a run, one in the 8th, one in the 9th, to give Bridgeport the lead. And now Brian Sabatella will lead things off. First pitch on the way, misses for ball 1. Sabatella 1 for 3. Singled his last time up here, takes a called strike. And that'll even up the count at 1-1. Ground out to first, a ground out to short before a single to left in the 6th inning. The 1-1. Fastball missed low. And the side armor now with a count of 2-1 on Sabatella. From the windup, kicks and fires the 2-1. Swing and a miss, a high fastball, and Sabatella cuts right through it to even the count at 2-2. Ducks being out hit 12-7 in this game. And Mincy ready to deal 2-2 now to Sabatella, and it is taken just low. Good fastball, just missed below the knees. And the count full. Ducks would love Sabatella to work a leadoff walk. Payoff pitch coming. And Sabatella swings, pops it foul up on behind home plate. Just off to the first base side. Fans waiting to see if the ball is going to come back down. Does not appear like it will. So we'll have another 3-2. Defensive swing there from Sabatella on the breaking ball over the inside corner. And now another payoff pitch. Upstairs, ball 4. And a good start for the Ducks here tonight as Sabatella draws the leadoff walk. Third walk drawn by the Ducks tonight. Another Municipal Credit Union walk with a purpose. Every time a Ducks batter walks, the Quacker Jack Foundation wins. So they get the leadoff man on, which means the tying run will come to the plate with the Ducks trailing by 2. And it is John Griffin who will step up to home plate, a single his last time up. His first time up back in the 3rd inning. He opened the inning with a single. Later scored that inning. Since then, though, he's grounded to short and struck out swinging. Sabatella takes his lead at first. The first pitch on the way to Griffin is swung on and foul tipped at home plate. And the count 0-1. Wouldn't be surprised if you see Sabatella try and take second. That run doesn't matter. That would make it a 1-run game. So Bridgeport probably would not try and throw down there. and risk the ball going into center field, but that would help eliminate the potential for a double play. Here's the 0-1. And Griffin takes a curveball that drops in for a strike about belt high. And they count on 0-2. Third baseman Wilson Batista hugging the line. The second baseman Brian Nelson close to second base. Big hole on the right side of the infield right now for Griffin. 0-2 coming from Mincy, and Griffin swings and misses for strike three. A half swing by Griffin. Not a good at-bat there for the Ducks first baseman. So that's the second time he has struck out tonight. Third strikeout for the Ducks. That is out number 1. And that will pass the baton to Mike Blank.
The catcher, number 9. Mike Blank, number 9.
Pitch that came inside from Mincy, and looked like Griffin wanted to hold up, but already had started his swing and could not hold up. A half swing from him. So 1 out, 1 on here is Mike Blank to the plate. He was 2 for 3 with 2 runs scored on the night. The first pitch swung on and missed. A big breaking ball from Mincy. Count 0-1. Mincy on the season has given up just 9 runs, 7 earned in 33 1/3 innings, 25 hits and 14 walks while striking out 30. Here comes the 0-1. And Blank takes a breaking ball again in for a strike. And Mincy throwing strikes here, getting the Ducks to swing, and when they don't swing, he is still dropping it in the strike zone, and the count quickly 0-2 on Mike Blank. Blake Davis would be next. Sabatella still the runner at first with 1 away, and the Ducks trailing 6-4 bottom of the 9th inning. 0-2 from Mincy to Blank, and he will swing and pop it up foul back behind the plate. Out of play, and the ball coming back down below. The count's still 0-2. Mincy stands in at 6'3", 193 pounds. 25 years old, out of Hartsville, South Carolina. (0-2) pitch upcoming from the right-hander. Gets the sign and comes set. Mincy kicks and fires, and Blank takes low and outside. Good eye that time from the Ducks catcher. And the count of 1-2. Ducks have 7 waddle-off victories this season here at Bethpage Ballpark, and 25 come from behind wins overall. The 1-2, and Blank swings, fouls it right back to the screen. Good cut there to stay alive. Keeps the count at 1-2. So the Ducks are no strangers to comebacks with the way they have fought back in games this season. The Ducks would just love to get a little bit of a rally going and get it to the top of their order if possible. 1-2 the count. Kicking the pitch on the way, and Blank swings, pops this one up in the air to shallow center. Going out the shortstop, Prince coming in the center fielder, Chapman. It is Prince dropping the ball, but they are going to get the out at second base. Prince dropped the ball out in center field, but they are able to get the force out at second, so it'll go down as a 6-4 fielder's choice. So a bad break for the Ducks there. Sabatella had no choice. He had to hold up and make sure that that ball wasn't going to be caught, and Prince had to go off of his glove, but no chance for Sabatella to make it to second base in time. So a 6-4 fielder's choice results in the second out of the inning. The Ducks still with a runner at first, which means the tying run still can come to the plate, and that is Blake Davis, who has a single, a walk, and a run scored tonight. He's also laid down a sacrifice bunt. We'll see if Davis can keep the game alive for Phelan Lentini. First pitch on the way from Mincy, and Davis will take a fastball on the outside corner for strike one. Davis thought it was too far outside. Davis walked in the 7th inning, singled and scored in the 5th, and laid down the sac bunt in the 3rd. Blank with decent speed at first base takes his lead. The 0-1, and Davis takes a curveball that catches the outside corner again for a strike. Davis thought that was outside. They both seem to be outside. The strike is called, and the Bluefish 1 strike away from a victory. Davis walked all the way out of the batter's box to the edge of the circle and now gets back in. Mincy looks in for the sign. Now he comes set. 0-2 upcoming here to Blake Davis. Mincy kicks and fires, and Davis takes a fastball that misses up and away for a ball. And the count goes to 1-2. Bridgeport trying to find a way out of this game with a win. And the 1-2 to Davis is lifted foul over the screen and out of play third base side. A very defensive swing there from Davis. He saw a curveball going to the outside part of the plate, did not want to strike out looking there, so he fights off the pitch to stay alive. We'll do it again at 1-2. Quackerjack leading the fans in a Let's Go Ducks chant atop the first base dugout. Blank takes his lead at first base. 1-2 pitch coming to Blake Davis, and it is taken outside on a fastball, and he has worked the count to 2-2. A walk, a strikeout, a fielder's choice, and now Blake Davis trying to keep this ball game alive for the Ducks and give Phelan Lentini an opportunity. He's worked the count from 0-2 to 2-2. Mincy gets the sign out of the stretch. He is set. The 2-2 pitch on the way, and he misses way low and outside for ball 3. So that will release Blank from first on the pitch from Mincy. Count full at 3 balls and 2 strikes with 2 down, and the Ducks trailing by 2. Of course, one swing of the bat could tie up this game, but the Ducks just looking to keep the inning alive. Mincy is ready to go. The payoff pitch on the way to Blake Davis, and it is taken up and outside, ball 4. So a great at-bat from Blake Davis. He fell behind 0-2 on 2 pitches he thought was well outside, and he found a way to draw a walk. Another Municipal Credit Union walk with a purpose. Every time a Ducks batter walks, the Quackerjack Foundation wins. And so the Ducks, with a pair of walks in the 9th inning, have put 2 on with 2 out. The tying runs on base, the winning run coming to the plate. And the manager of the Bluefish, Ricky Van Asselberg, going out to the mound to have a chat with his closer.
Which is Military Appreciation Night tomorrow evening. Every time for another pyrotechnical fireworks extravaganza.
So the batter will be Phelan Lentini, who in this ball game is 0 for 2 with a walk and a sac bunt. Grounded into a double play his last time up. He does have a little bit of pop in that bat. Last year with the Ducks, Lentini hit 6 home runs. So, of course, the Ducks would love a home run here. It would mean a victory. But with Davis and Blank on the bases, they would certainly take an extra base hit to potentially tie this game and give Dan Lyons an opportunity.
Back to the top of the order for the Long Island Ducks with the foul called player of the game. Right fielder number 22, Phelan Lentini, number 22.
Well, either way, here is Phelan Lentini coming to the plate with 2 men on and 2 men out. And the Ducks trailing by 2 here in the bottom of the 9th to Bridgeport. So here is Lentini to the plate from the right side. Lyons waiting in the on-deck circle. The first pitch on the way from Mincy, and Lentini takes a strike over the inside corner. They count 0-1. Blank the runner at second base, Davis the runner at first. The corner infielders playing right near the line, no doubles defense. 0-1 pitch coming to Lentini. Kicks and fires, and Lentini fouls this one back to the screen behind home plate. Got jammed on the pitch up and inside. And again, the Ducks are down to their final strike. Davis fell behind 0-2 and then found the way to draw the walk. And now Lentini behind in the count, 0-2. So Mincy trying to get one more strike to end this game. Lentini trying to get on base and keep the inning alive. The 0-2 on the way, and Lentini takes the breaking ball low and inside. And the count 1-2 on Lentini. It's been an exciting contest between these two teams to start things off. Bluefish trying to earn their 10th win of the year against the Ducks. The Ducks trying to even the series at 9 apiece. 1-2 to Lentini. Up and outside on a fastball. Lentini would not chase in the count 2-2. The Ducks showing tremendous discipline here in the ninth inning with 2 strikes, especially Davis and now Lentini. After Blank fought off a couple tough pitches and ended up reaching on the fielder's choice. So now the count 2-2 on Lentini. Mitzi looking into home plate, gets the pitch he likes from Morales. Here comes the 2-2 offering, and Lentini will swing and pop this one up. 2-2. Bryant Nelson camping under it. He is there, and he will make the catch. This ball game is over, and the Bridgeport Bluefish hang on to take this game 6-4 over the Ducks and earn a win in the opener of this 4-game series. A tough night for the Ducks. 2 separate 2-run leads in this game. And John Brownell gave the leads right back right after the Ducks had taken those leads. And Amalio Diaz and Nick Struck, the back end of the Ducks bullpen, could not keep Bridgeport off the scoreboard in the final 2 innings. And Long Island is able to put the tying runs on base in the bottom of the ninth, but ultimately Phelan Lentini pops his second to end the threat, and Bridgeport hangs on for the win. Don't go anywhere. Postgame show's coming up next. We're going to recap this game and hand out the Player of the Game award. Bridgeport winners tonight by a final count of 6-4.
Hey fans, this is closing pitcher Ryan Cushball, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic and weather, 103.9 LI News Radio.
The results are in. Thousands of PSEG Long Island customers participated in our energy efficiency programs, saving nearly $35 million. Being energy efficient helps our environment too. Together, we've eliminated 21,000 cars worth of emissions in 2014. Thank you, Long Island. We're all making a difference. Discover how we're improving every day to bring you better service at www.pseglyny.com/efficiency.
Baseball fans, the Long Island Ducks mobile app has officially arrived. Powered by Clear Vision Apps, it's your one-stop shop for all things Ducks baseball. Buy tickets straight from your mobile device. Receive game status updates with push notifications. Check out up-to-the-minute news and scores and interact with the Ducks on social media. Best of all, it's free. Download the Ducks mobile app today by visiting the App Store on your Apple-powered device or Google Play on your Android-powered device. The Long Island Ducks mobile app, with you wherever you flock to. Back at Bethpage Ballpark, the Ducks fall in the series opener tonight to the Bridgeport Bluefish by a final count of 6-4. And so the Bluefish take the opening game of this 4-game set. For the Ducks, it is their 6th loss in their last 7 games. They dropped to 8-13 in the second half, 54-37 overall. Bridgeport, the win, improves to 14-7. And for the moment are tied with Somerset for first place in the Liberty Division standings here in the second half. They're now 40-51 on the year, and Bridgeport continuing their strong second half. The Ducks continuing their spiral here at the start of the second half of the season. Let's recap this game. Good starts for both pitchers as John Brownell and Cameron Lowe threw scoreless innings in the first and second. Brownell threw a scoreless top of the third, and then in the bottom of the third inning, John Griffin and Mike Blank singled off of Lowe to start the inning. They were sacrificed to second and third on a bunt by Blake Davis, and then Phelan Lentini drew a walk to load the bases for Dan Lyons. Well, Lyons singled to left field. The RBI base hit scored John Griffin to make it a 1-0 game, and then a big play in the game followed. Delta Cleary Jr. singled to right field with 1 out and the bases loaded. Mike Blank scored. Phelan Lentini raced around third to try and score. The throw to the plate was ruled in time. The tag from Morales, who caught the ball on the first base side of the plate and had to dive back across to make the tag. And home plate umpire James Grillo said the tag was in time for the out. The replay showed might have actually gotten his foot there ahead in time, and instead of a 3-0 lead with 1 out and 2 runners still on base, it ended up being a second out and still only a 2-0 lead. Ruiz would ground a short to end that threat afterwards and ultimately got hurt on that play as well, but regardless, it was the Ducks 2 and the Bluefish nothing. They still had the lead. But in the top half of the 4th inning, John Brownell gave up a leadoff single to Wellington Notel, got a double play ball off the bat of John Alonso for the second out. And he was 1 strike away from getting out of the inning, but he allowed a single to Jobduan Morales to keep the inning alive, and then again with 2 strikes, was 1 strike away from getting out of the inning. But Sean Burrows, who has been a thorn in the Ducks side all year long, hitting .448 this season against the Ducks, entering the ball game. And he hits a 2-run home run over the right field wall, his second home run of the season. And Bridgeport tied the ball game up immediately at 2. Ducks would regain the lead, though, in the bottom of the 5th inning against Lowe. Blank and Davis both singled to start the inning and were sacrificed to second and third by Lentini. Dan Lyons then looked at a sacrifice fly to right that scored Blank from third. The throw went into third where Davis was going, and the throw by Dotel airmailed to third baseman Batista and went into the stands on the error. A run scored, and that was Davis, and the Ducks had a 4-2 lead. But again, Brownell would immediately give it back in the 6th inning. John Alonso opened the inning with a single, and after a foul pop out by Jobduan Morales, Sean Burrows struck again. Another 2-run home run lined over the right field wall. Second of the game, third of the year, 4 RBIs for Burrows. And Bridgeport had tied the ball game up again, and it was tied at 4. The Ducks could not score in the 6th and the 7th. That took us to the 8th inning. Amalio Diaz, who has been money in the bank most of the time this year for the Ducks, came in, but he certainly had his struggles here tonight as he gave up a leadoff single to John Alonso and then a base hit to right by Jobduan Morales. It put runners at the corners. However, Morales tried to round first and go for second when the ball was booted in right by Lentini. However, he recovered, got Morales in a rundown between first and second for the out. And so it was just a runner at third with 1 out for Sean Burrows. The Ducks intentionally walked Burrows, as was expected, to try and reset up the double play. However, Wilson Batista on a 1-0 pitch singled to right field that brought home Alonso, and it gave the Bluefish a 5-4 lead. They would add another run in the 9th inning on a 1-out solo home run by Bryant Nelson, his second of the year. That made it a 6-4 game. The Ducks had their chances to try and bounce back. In the 8th inning, Dan Lyons reached on an error by Nelson to start the inning, went to second on a ground out by Delta Cleary Jr., but Steve McQuail popped out foul the first. Cody Puckett grounded back to the mound to end that threat. And in the 9th inning, Brian Sabatello led off against Patrick Mincy with a walk. However, John Griffin had a weak at bat, struck out swinging on a half swing for the first out. Mike Blank then worked the count, popped one up into center, and the ball was dropped in center field by the shortstop Josh Prince. However, Sabatello had to wait to see whether he'd catch it, and so he was out at second on the fielder's choice. So the Ducks had a runner at first with 2 out. Blake Davis fell behind 0-2. He found a way to work the count, draw a walk to put the tying runs on base for Phelan Lentini, who also fell behind 0-2. Was able to work the count to 2-2, but he popped out to the second baseman Nelson to end the game and end the threat as the Bluefish hung on for the win. 6 runs, 12 hits, 2 errors for Bridgeport. They left 7 men on base. For the Ducks, 4 runs, 7 hits, 1 error. They left 6. Cameron Lowe, the winner, improved to 4-2 on the year. The loser was Amalio Diaz in relief. He fell to 1-2. John Brownell gets a no decision in his 7 innings of work tonight. The save went to Patrick Mincy, his 19th of the year. The game took a total of 2 hours and 47 minutes in front of 5,018 here at Bethpage Ballpark. As for tonight's player of the game, no contest. Sean Burrows, 2 for 3 at the plate with 2 home runs, 4 RBIs, and 2 runs scored. His second and third home runs of the year proved to be a big part in Bridgeport's comeback effort as they win it tonight 6-4. Come back after this break, out-of-town scoreboard, then we'll wrap things up from Bethpage Ballpark, where again the Bluefish win tonight by a count of 6-4.
Hey fans, this is shortstop Dan Lyons, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 1039 LI News Radio.
Spring into a new Honda at Huntington Honda and pay $59 a month for a new 2015 Honda Civic LX sedan. $59. So spring into Huntington Honda on Jericho Turnpike just east of Route 110 or HuntingtonHondaCars.com.
Huntington Honda, discover the difference.
Auto 24-month lease, total due at inception. Civic $31.90 includes bank fee, first month's payment, no security deposit. Taxes, DMV, title fees extra with excellent credit through HFS.
Family fun every time.
Beautiful evening for baseball.
Big action every time.
He reaches up, it's gone!
Great value every time.
And the Ducks have won it 7-1.
The Ducks schedule is loaded with new promotions this season, and with an average ticket price of just $10 and free parking, there is no better value on Long Island. For game times and tickets, visit liducks.com. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
Back here at Bethpage Ballpark, Ducks losers tonight 6-4 to the Bridgeport Bluefish in the opening game of this four-game series. Bridgeport now leads the season series against the Ducks by a count of 10-8. And so they have now made it 4 straight wins over the Ducks after Long Island had won a total of 7 in a row. After the tough start, Bridgeport has battled back and they now lead the series by 2 over the Ducks. Let's take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. Bridgeport getting help from the Barnstormers tonight. Lancaster leads at 4-3 over the Patriots, top of the 9th inning at Clipper Magazine Stadium in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. So if that score holds up, Bridgeport would leapfrog back in front of Somerset for first place in the Liberty Division, which would also be bad news for the Ducks. Matt Zielinski started for the Patriots. Now into the game for Somerset is Paul Smythe. And Zielinski would be in line for the loss. For Lancaster, Brian Morgado started, and he would be in line for the win. Marcus Walden is now pitching. Barnstormers have gotten 2 RBIs from Kent Mathis to lead the way. Somerset has RBIs from Michael Burgess and Aaron Eggleston. Again, it is 4-3 Patriots trailing the Barnstormers, top of the 9th in Lancaster. Bottom of the 8th inning in Camden, New Jersey, the Revolution have a 5-4 lead over the River Sharks. The starter for York was Rami Lewis. Tyrell Harris is now pitching for them. Sean Gleason started for Camden. Zach Braddock is now in the ballgame. River Sharks have RBIs from Carlos Guzman, Joel Guzman, Mike Costanzo, and Evan Crawford, while York has 2 RBIs and 2 hits from Andres Perez to lead the way. And so again, it is York 5, Camden 4, bottom of the 8th in Camden. And in Southern Maryland, all Blue Crabs tonight, they lead at 9-1 over the Skeeters, top half of the 8th inning. Matt Wright started for Sugarland, was roughed up last year, just 3 2/3 innings. Robbie Weinhardt is now in the ballgame. Southern Maryland started Brian Burris. He pitched very well. Trey Barham is now in the game. And Southern Maryland being led by Zach Wilson, who has 2 hits and 3 RBIs, and Casey Frawley, who has 2 hits, 2 RBIs, and 2 runs scored. At Citi Field, the Mets clinging to a 1-0 lead over the Washington Nationals, top of the 8th inning. It's been a good battle tonight. Matt Harvey for the Mets, the starter, has thrown 7 2/3 shutout innings to this point with 9 strikeouts. Gio Gonzalez didn't have his best stuff, but limited the Mets to just 1 run. Tanner Rourke is now pitching. Wilmer Flores, the lone RBI of the game thus far. And in Chicago, the Yankees now have a 9-2 lead over the White Sox, top half of the 4th inning. Mark Teixeira just hit a 2-run home run for New York, his second of the game. He actually has 2 home runs in the game. He's now up to 28 on the season. So Mark Teixeira with 4 RBIs for the Yankees so far in this game. Or my mistake, he had a grand slam earlier in the game and now has a 2-run home run. So he has 2 homers and 6 RBIs on the night to lead the way for the Yankees. The starter for the White Sox was Carlos Rodon. He lasted just 3 innings. Matt Albers is now pitching. And Nathan Eovaldi, the starter for New York. So that'll do it for the out-of-town scoreboard. These 2 teams will play again tomorrow night. The second game of this 4-game series, Pyrotechnico Fireworks Extravaganza, will follow the game. So a good crowd expected tomorrow, an even better crowd, I should say. And the starters for the Ducks, it'll be right-hander Bobby Blevins. He's 1-2 with a 5.15 ERA. Pitched fairly well against Bridgeport his last time out on Sunday of last week, but took a no decision. And he'll be opposed by lefty Robert Carson, who was dominant in his first start of the year against the Ducks. Only lasted 3 innings, but struck out 8. And he went 1-0 with a 2.84 ERA so far on the season. So it'll be Blevins against Carson, and the Ducks will be trying to bounce back and pick up a victory to end this brief 2-game skid and even up this series at 1 game apiece. That'll do it for tonight's broadcast. Big thank you goes out to Zach Johnston in our Ron Conkema Studios, pushing all the buttons, doing a great job as always. Once again, the final score was Bridgeport 6 and Long Island 4. We invite you to join us for our next Ducks broadcast, which will be tomorrow night when the Ducks and the Bluefish play Game 2 of this 4-game set. The pregame show will begin at 6:20. First pitch at 6:35. You can follow all the action right here on the Ducks flagship radio station, 103.9 FM LI News Radio, and online on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball. My name is Michael Pollack. Thank you so much for spending your Friday night with me. I hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Have a great rest of your Friday night, and we will do it all over again on Saturday night here from Bethpage Ballpark. Good night, and so long from Central Islip, New York.